Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Welcome welcome Fox. Have a good night, Maccas, if you're still here. Let's get straight into picking our game. I'm looking forward to a bit of Fallout 4 to be honest, because we didn't get that last time. And oh, okay. I swear that this website that I'm using, like I can show you this isn't set up or anything. This is just a actually I don't even know how to show you on this window I have, but it's just a website that you can use. You can just type in like wheels of names. And it's used every time I say, oh, I want this, it somehow just knows what I want. Bizarre, but okay. Fallout 4. Something a bit more fast-paced. And I need to remember to switch to the gameplay this time. That'll be a good idea. There you go. Get it running. Interesting news as well. Starfield actually got a good update, I'll say. It got an update that fixed its performance. I say fix it, they put FSR 3.0 on it, so it essentially doubles your frame rate with frame generation, which doesn't fix the latency problems, but it does make 30 FPS look like 60 FPS, which is a pretty big deal. Looks like Fallout 4 has crashed. Oh no, it's got it going. Because even though, like, when, like, mine I think is probably around 35, 40 FPS on a 2080 Ti, double into capped at 60. It looks way better. It doesn't feel necessarily a lot faster, but it looks way better because it looks stuttery at 40 FPS. So that's good news for that. Starfield is slightly getting better. I know a lot of people on the subreddits are, what am I doing here? Trying to find a save. Are super excited because they announced like they're gonna be fixing the game over the next 6 months. I don't know how much they're gonna change in that. They've announced like new methods of traveling where people think it might be vehicles. I'm not sure if it's going to be that either, like possibly changes to the jetpack system. But yeah, that's going to be in part 2 is in production now. Part 3 or part 4 of the Starfield retrospective. With the, I think I've mentioned this before, the goal is to release the end episode of the Starfield retrospective on the day it came out, so September 16th, something like that. What do we need to do here? I'm gonna read my thing. But the yeah, the idea, I want to know, one of those episodes I'll talk about the updates and whether they actually have made a good effort, because this is the first kind of live service Bethesda single player game. I guess you could count 76 obviously as a live service game. But they said they want the game to last for 10 years, which implies possibly 10 years of updates. I know it doesn't mean 10 years of updates. It means it'll be modded for the next 10 years, and there'll probably be 10 years of Creation Club shit on it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they do make any decent changes. I'm looking forward to local maps. Install the MSAT on a robot. Okay, who am I using? I'm using... Oh, yes, I remember. I'm using this fella. Curse Codsworth. What FPS am I running at now? Ah, it is 60. I'm just not used to playing Fallout 4. Feels quite slow. For me, the issues is how do you fix fun? Yeah, that's the thing. I'll give them commendation. Like, I'll celebrate any fixes they do make because it's a step in the right direction, but they're not going to necessarily make the game any more fun. The game is going to stay how it is. But hey, in episode 3, I actually will be talking about the good things in Starfield. There are some. I can see the appeal in some places. It's a very relaxing game, but it's not, yeah, it's not fun. That's a good point, Fox. It's not a fun game. It's like a time waste game. It's a formula that they've perfected with Fallout 4 and a little bit of, well, Skyrim as well. It's a game that is quite addicting to play, and it whittles away your hours. The problem is that Bethesda seem to think games that take hundreds of hours to finish is a good thing, when ideally I would prefer like a very condensed 50-hour package that was really good. I think most people would, based on the reviews as well. Rob, okay. Wait, I'm just trying to remember. So we're playing Automatron. We're going to the Mechanist's lair. Okay. Actually trying to remember what we're doing. In terms of role-playing, we're just Psychopath, I'm pretty sure. Just the fastest route possible. Hello, welcome, big, long, random name man. Welcome to the stream. I wave back at you. So I was trying to figure out what that emoticon was then. The game should be as long as it needs to be to do what it's trying to do. That's a good way of saying it, yeah. In that regard, like, with that theory, Starfield's kind of endless gameplay loop, and that it doesn't truly have an end. And you could theoretically play it forever if you do not, if you're okay with seeing the same content over and over and over. That fits the philosophy. It's meant to be an almost endless universe that is meant to survive 10 years of time. And it's, my opinions on the game haven't changed. Like, I still think it's a 5 or 6 out of 10. But I can see that there is an audience for it. Now, if you look on, like, on the subreddits and, like, the online discourse, generally the people left talking about the game are, like, the actual fans of the game. And what they tend to like from when they play Bethesda games is that it feels endless, and you can jump in, you can play for 5 hours, you can play with weeks in between. You don't have to, like, stay consistently playing the game because the controls and the actual gameplay itself is fairly simple. And they can just jump in, play for 5 hours, feel like they've accomplished a decent amount of stuff, and then jump out. So I guess it's a game targeted at a much more like, casual audience. And whether Bethesda actually aimed at these people or not is another question. I would assume Bethesda are aiming at the most general audience possible. I close that. Okay. This is very quiet. More weapons on my weapons again. Yeah, let's use the combat shotgun. That's another entrance in. Oh. Am I already over encumbered? What? I should have dumped my junk. Oh, that wasn't smart. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go back and do that. This is some of the time-consuming game design, I guess, with the crafting system. I feel like instead of a loading screen, what would have been better would be if you set your ship to auto-navigate to the next area, then set you to walk around and chat with your ship while it unloads the old areas and loads the new areas under you to get to your destination and calls you back to your bridge. Yeah, so similar, that's kind of like, that's not how Mass Effect does it, but I can see, like, it's Mass Effect has that gameplay element, right? If you walk around your ship and you talk to your teammates. That would be a great idea if it wasn't marred by the fact that it's Bethesda's writing. Like, the companions just aren't very well written. And there's not enough of them. There's only 4. I feel like you would need more characters in that to support that system. But that's a good idea, but it's just not ideal for their team. If they had better writers, or just design better characters, then that could work, yeah. That would be much better than the constant loads when you want to go places. Yeah, the loading screens, I don't have much of an issue with the loading screens other than when you play. There's a point in Starfield where you play the game, or at least for me, I played the game quite slow, trying to get immersed. Doing everything, like, you run from the planet's surface, you run into your ship, you go into your cockpit, you fly up into space. So the loading screens you'll see there is like 1 second black screen. It's not really a big difference. It's not different from like Fallout 4, which, yeah, that's a much older game, but it was fine. But you get to the point where you realize you're kind of wasting your own time doing all that running back and forth. So you'll start using the fast travel system, because you can just jump between planets through the menu, and you never have to get into your ship. You can actually just completely remove yourself from the space combat of the space section of the game. Completely just unnecessary. And when that happens, then you are just, you open up your menu, go to the map, you fast travel, and then you're where you have to go. You go talk to the NPC you need for your quest, you go onto your map, you go where he tell you to go, you fast travel. When you get to that point, and I think everyone inevitably gets to that point when they realize playing the game immersively is very slow. When that happens, that's when the loading screens become an issue. And I think that's what I found as well, looking online. The kind of people who do enjoy, or are still enjoying Starfield, the ones that have hundreds of hours in the game. They like playing the game in that immersive manner all the time. And I think the reason they can do that is just because they don't play games very often. Generally, when like looking at their comments, they play Starfield like 1 or 2 times a week for a few hours at a time, and that's the only game they play. So they don't mind taking it slow and knowing that this is a game that, like, this might be the only game they play this year. So for that kind of like casual older audience, I guess it's fit the bill. But again, it's not really defending Bethesda, because I don't think they've aimed at that audience. They would have obviously wanted to aim at everyone. But it is telling that that's pretty much, if it's true that they treated the game itself as a design document, which isn't actually that necessarily a bad thing. It is, I guess it is for Starfield because it's such a big game, but like lots of games have been built like that. Like Diablo 1 and 2 were both built with the game itself being a design document. There was an initial document, but they then kind of just built on top of it as they made the game. The issue is that Bethesda, like the heads of that company are all middle-aged guys who don't have a lot of time to play games. So I think they've made a game that they want to play, the same as they made a game they wanted to play back in the 90s and going into the 2000s. It's just as they got older and they got less time and they had families, what they wanted to make has changed from what the more hardcore gamers tried to make. It does sound like I'm defending them, actually. I'm just trying. It's more like I want to understand how it happened, and you can only really speculate because there's no interviews or anything of Starfield's development really to go off at the moment, other than what's Todd said in the pre-interviews. Oh, did he just? Well, I'm gonna assume I can't do that because this looks like it's bad. All right, let's quick save. Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, it looks like they removed the issue of companions getting stuck in traps from Skyrim. I didn't notice that. Okay, maybe really bad is harsh, but boring. Yeah, I don't think Starfield's not a bad game. It's a boring game. It's very competent. It's graphically fine. You know, it plays well. It's an average game. Like a bad game is something that's unplayable. It's not unplayable. It's just extremely boring. That's why I give it a 5. Like it's just painfully average. I think Baldur's Gate 3 proved that making more general population-based games just isn't the move anymore. Yeah, exactly. I think it's just not. I think what you want to do... I need to get in there somehow. That's not a door. This is a door. But it has a lockpick. Oh. Right, okay. I think, yeah, niching down is the way to go now. Even for AAA companies. The big thing is that AAA companies always want to maximize sales, generally because they have to maximize profit for permanent, or like, you know, continual growth, which is stupid in itself. Reference. No, this is lore, right? Security alert. Yeah, this is all lore. The event of confirmed nuclear detonations. Yeah, I do want to read this stuff, but I'll do that on another playthrough. So we are trying to be speedy. I forgot the bloody timer. Okay, we started at 10 past 12. So let's take off 13 minutes. Isn't it hard to believe that I've been doing this stream for 100 hours and I still forget basic stuff like that?
No way I'm cracking this.
It's not going to be that. Ah, we've got an elevator, but can't open it. So that's going to be to the boss. That's probably a way to skip the quest.
Locked tight.
Can't go that way. Interesting.
Security's too tight.
They never design it so that you can't progress a quest without the right skills. But there must be... There's probably a key around here somewhere I'm missing. Or perhaps it's forcing me to go through the combat-only route of running through the lasers. That's a possibility as well. Maybe a password. No. In worst case scenario, we know we can just
Lock's
run
really
through.
Strong.
Like, jump through this. No, platforming never works in this game. To be honest, it sounds like there's a ton of games that satisfy that couple hours a week that aren't also really bad or aren't also really boring. Yeah, exactly. It's not that that's not like that. It's more what I'm trying to I'm understanding that the people who like Starfield, that's what they like about it. I really wish Starfield was better. Yeah, same. I put over 500 hours into it. Damn. So you're kind of the people I was talking about, I guess. So I liked it to some degree. But until more content is added, then I'm out for it. All right. So this is a good question for you, Grayson. What would you say you enjoyed out of your 500 hours? Because for me, I would say, with my, I think 100 and something hours, what I can see is the enjoyment in Starfield, for me anyway, is actually the exploration, and not so much the dungeons, because they're copy paste, but I could understand the appeal of landing on a planet and just running and surveying, because it's quite relaxing. It's not fun. It is, if you objectively look at it, it's like I'm wasting my time, but it's a relaxing experience that I actually quite enjoyed. Right, we're doing the combat way. So that's what I can understand. That's what I know, like, was most of my time sink. And if I was to continue to play the game on a casual basis, that's probably all I would do. That, as well as the Radiant missions. But the Radiant missions are kind of like Skyrim's ones. You get them from a terminal, and they work like a basic space game from like the Elite 1 and 2. Like, you just pick up a mission, like transport these people to this planet, and you just do that, and that's the entire quest. Like, that's the kind of stuff that was time consuming, and on a objective, like, surface level, not technically fun, but quite immersive, and I can see the appeal. That is an input, but I didn't think of it that way. They do use design documents. Yeah, I know. So they've used it. Yeah, they use design documents the same way New Vegas uses design documents. Josh Sawyer showed like some old folders on Twitter, like a month ago on his Twitter. If you scroll back, he uploaded like a photo that showed the old folders from the New Vegas folder, and it's just like individual Word documents, like design document for the Fiends, design document for this companion, design. So it's like individual documents, and that's how Bethesda do it. As Emil revealed quite recently, like they have individual design documents. They just don't have a master one.
Yes.
Which doesn't seem to be the way they probably do it nowadays anyway. And anyway, the more I've learned about game development, researching games, most games don't actually conform to their design document. They'll start with one, which Starfield might have done, I don't know. They'll start with like a basic one, and then as they develop the game, things change, you know? As testing comes in, and they'll be like, oh, this idea we had actually doesn't work, let's just get rid of it. And Tim Kaine has been saying the same in his recent videos. He was talking recently, he wanted to have a systemic karma system or morality system in Arcanum. So if you killed an evil character, your karma went up. And if you killed a good character, your karma went down. But he realized it didn't work because most monsters in the wilderness had to be set to evil so that they would attack most players. And that meant that every player eventually ended up getting good karma. So they had to go back to having it scripted. And that's like, you know, that's an example of when the design document was like, oh, we're going to do it this way, and then they had to change it for the final release. That's just quite common. And then they might go back and, you know, update the design document and be like, oh, we've removed that. But then they might not, so. Design documents anyway, I feel like most, having worked in a creative industry, which obviously game development is kind of like a mixed industry, it's creative / also STEM. So it's not entirely the same, but having worked in a creative industry, you generally will move away from the initial brief. Like in design, it would be a brief. In gaming, let's say it's a design document, you would move away from that as the job changes, as the client, in this case the developers or the game testers, say, oh, this actually isn't working, or that's not, I don't like that, etc. Oh, the game's quite loud, so I'm gonna turn that down a bit. Things always change. I don't think, this is not like the call up patrician, because I've not actually watched this entire Starfield video, mainly just because I don't want it to influence my own, but I know that was like a part of his argument, was that there's no design document. I don't think that's a big reason for the game being badly done. Tons of games have been made that way, and they've turned out way better, so. Really, I can't, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I can't say why Starfield isn't is boring. I can only speculate on reasons, but that's just speculation. I would never put any, I would never say, like, this is the definitive reason. This is one of my theories, is that Bethesda make games they want to play, and the games that a bunch of 40-year-old married men with kids want to play is not the games that the general hardcore, like that more, I say hardcore, the gaming audience, just the gaming audience wants to play. The ones that like it are more fit in that demographic. But again, that's entirely based off a very small subset of people I've encountered online and just asked them, like, over Reddit, being like, oh, why do you like the game? Based on that tiny amount of research of probably 10 subjects or less, that's been my conclusion. I really love the shipbuilding, and that's a big thing as well, the shipbuilding. So that's like there's the two sides, is the people who like shipbuilding and settlement building, and then it's the I guess to say the casual audience who like to jump on and just complete one quest, and then jump off and not play games for another week. So I would put you in the more hardcore, like, creative audience. And I can definitely see the appeal of those systems. That's one of the things that's in episode 3. That's the ones the good things I'm going to talk about. Shipbuilding's really good. Of course, could be better. All systems in every game can be critiqued. The settlement system actually, while a lot of people see the appeal, I don't like it only because it's a downgrade. I actually feel the settlement system in Fallout 4 is handled better. And I'm not a big... I need to switch to something longer range than a shotgun. I'm not a big fan of the settlement system at all in Fallout. But I'll say it was handled better in Fallout 4. Mainly because settlements have a purpose to the gameplay of, like, the whole Minutemen quest and repopulating and rebuilding the Commonwealth. If you think about the themes of the game, if like Fallout 1 is about, like, surviving, Fallout 2 is about rebuilding. You got the same thing with Fallout 3 is about surviving, even though the actual timescale doesn't make sense. But Fallout 4 is about rebuilding. It's that same theme comparison. Does it do HP? Oh, right. Quantum does HP now rather than... Oh, it does AP as well. I didn't realize Quantum was so strong. Yeah, so the settlement system in Starfield, I'm not a fan of because it doesn't fit in the gameplay. It's clearly just a system pulled over from Fallout 4 that doesn't have much reason to be in the game. There's not any there's one quest tied to it I can think of. There might be a few more, but there's very few quests tied to it. It just doesn't need to exist, and what does exist as well could be easily improved. A big thing that I know a lot of people want is, like, a settler system, like in Fallout 4. You make it a settlement, but all you can put there is your companions, or, like, people you can hire from specialists you can hire from taverns, or, like, I guess they'd be bars in this modern setting. They're not any, like, just people who just want to, you know, live on another planet. They're always specialists that you move there to work for you, essentially. Also their first non-award-winning game in a long time. Yeah, since Red God, I think. If you don't count the mobile games. Which aren't technically BGS anyway, so... yeah. Not looking good. I appreciate the awards givers. The award ceremonies were not, you know, not doing it politically. And, like, actually... because I'm sure some Microsoft money would have swayed them to promote Starfield. I don't think this is what I wanted to do. They didn't seem swayed by, like, Microsoft or anything owning them. I really like Bethesda went, oh wow, these people have replayed Skyrim millions of times, let's make a game that never ends, hence Starfield. Yeah, that seems to be the takeaway they had. Like, they've seen people say, Or people say like, wow, I'm still finding new things in Skyrim. Wow, I have hundreds of hours in Skyrim. This game is so long, it's so big. And they really zeroed in on that. It's like, okay, let's make a really long, really big game. Not realizing that actually isn't what people want. They want more, like, Skyrim is huge, but it's also, it's handmade. It's entirely handmade. If you compare it to Starfield, it's a condensed experience in comparison. People want a handmade experience that feels big, not a huge experience that is on paper massive, but when you actually experience it, it's quite shallow. And that's coming from, you know, Bethesda games themselves generally being quite shallow anyway. I mentioned that myself, like when I, you know, in my Daggerfall video and in my Starfield predictions. I like Daggerfall, but what I like about Daggerfall isn't its procedural generated world.
Scan this.
I would never want them to go back and be like, ah, yeah, that's why people like this old that's why Daggerfall's become popular again. It's the prot gen world. Let's do that. Like, no, no. Really, if I was condensed, the only reason I like Daggerfall, I think it's just purely role playing. It's the best role playing CRPG role playing character maker ever devised. In my experience, there might be. I haven't played every role-playing game, of course, but from the ones I have played, nothing has come close. And Daggerfall still didn't actually make good use of those character builds either, but it's still cool that you could make them. I just feel like what's appealing about Starfield is the same as what's appealing about Elite Dangerous, and Elite Dangerous does it much better. Yeah, so what is left that I find appealing about Starfield, as I was mentioning there about the randomized missions and exploring the planets, what I like is done in other space games much better. No Man's Sky does it better. Elite Dangerous does it better. Star Citizen, when it comes out, if it comes out, does it better. That's the issue. Yeah, for anything that complex, the only way to manage it is to split it up sensibly. Exactly, yeah. It would be dumb for there to be like a single Word document, because it would be long as like, an example would be, my Daggerfall script now is over 200 pages long. It's like nearly 70,000 words. No one else can read that really, other than going through right from the top to the bottom. Like, I know where things are, so I can scroll up and down. I can click to what section I need to know when I'm at, like, if I had an idea that I can talk about a certain section, I could get straight into it. But if someone else was going to read that, they would have to read the whole thing to make sense of it, or like watch the video in chronological order. That's why, obviously, games as big as Starfield would never have a centralized design document, because it would be ridiculous. It would have the same issue, is that the developer would have to spend so much time just reading everything to make context of the amount of information available to them. If you instead just have it split up, it's just more manageable. And Will Shen made a good point in an interview, I think that was an interview with Emil, where something can look good in the design document, but then when you implement it, it's like, oh, it's actually terrible, and they have to change it when it's in-game. Which I think is where the line where they said, like, oh, the game is a design document. I think what they meant by that is like, yeah, like, once on paper it looks good, but once it's in the game, like, no, that's bad, so let's change it now that it's in the game to feel better. The only reason that, like, these interviews have worked so badly for them, like, those are very valid points that a lot of other game companies seem to follow based on what my research of very few games. I've only really researched, like, 5 games as deep as this. But from that limited research, the difference is Starfield is getting hated because it's just a very average game. Those points would be extremely valid if the game wasn't average. It's also valid. Like the main thing I would say is that I think it's, while you can't blame a single person, I think it's clear to say that having Emil as lead of design might not be a good idea, only based on his performance. He headed Fallout 3, and he headed Fallout 4, They had a terrible based on the terrible experience they had with Fallout 3, and he headed Starfield, and both of those games are not well liked by critics. So based on that, but I never want to, like, I would never say like ML's the reason, in that people say like, oh, he should be fired. And while I think he should maybe be demoted or changed to another position, if you fire him, I don't think it fixes the systemic problem at Bethesda. You can't just be like, oh, let's just remove these people, get new people in, and you fix the problems. That's not it. It's more systemic, which is why which is why my theories are more based around them making games for what they like, and what they like is just not what gamers like anymore. Because that would align with a more systemic problem of they just aren't making games that people actually want to play anymore. Also, in all this big discourse that's been happening lately, I've realized that like Todd has managed to like come out completely scot-free somehow. Todd's still the game director. Like, everything still goes through Todd. Like, there are people, obviously, like the game designer is part of the game's design, but the game designer can design an amazing game, and then Todd can be like, nah, don't like that, and then it changes because he's still the top. He's still the top dog. So he's actually managed to avoid a lot of blame in this. I like this interactability for seemingly no reason. But I'm not one to do the blame game. I don't think any one person is to blame. I think all of Bethesda has a systemic problem. Possibly something maybe down to like just being too big for their boots now. Maybe the way the company ran when it was the size of the Morrowind team, like 20 people, the Oblivion team of like 50. Now when you come, or like even the Skyrim team, which was like 100 people. Now when you get to a team of 400 people, I think it was for Starfield. And I think they're even bigger now. They just hired a lot of people. Once you get to that size, their methods that have worked in the past just no longer work. Who's to say? I just don't know enough about game development. I can only have an outsider's view. But my research has shown that how Bethesda makes games isn't necessarily much different from a lot of the rest of the industry makes games.
Well, hello there.
Todd's protected by his leather jacket with +3 defense and bonus to charm with resistance to flame. That's literally it, though. Todd gets out because he's charming. Like, it's easy to hate Emil because you barely ever see Emil because he very rarely does interviews. And what he does do, he's quite either just, you know, boring, just a normal guy, or he's inflammatory in that he'll say something like, oh, I hate design documents. So it's just easier, I think, for people to latch on, like, yeah, this guy's the problem. When I think really everyone at Bethesda is... not everyone at Bethesda is at fault, but I don't think you can pin it on one guy. I think I've talked about it before as well. I think one of my theories, again, completely just speculation based on nothing at all, is that possibly there's a level of newer employees not questioning the old god. I know, like, I've had that in companies I've worked at where, you know, I've worked for an amazing designer who's designed like really prominent like brands around the city I live in. So when I've worked for him, I've seen it in myself where he's come up with an idea that I thought was like pretty terrible, but people wouldn't speak up, and I didn't speak up either because you thought, well, this is the guy who's made amazing stuff in the past. Like, let's just go with it. And generally, the client still liked it and everything, so it worked out. But I think there might be a system, a bit of that where people don't want to question Todd, or they don't want to question Emil, or when I forgot what his name was. Oh no, the guy who was the lead designer on 10th Planet. How that guy was like living rent-free in my head for like 6 months, and I forgot his name now. But like, they don't want to question these heads of the departments because they're legends in the gaming space. They're the ones who made Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim. So you don't question them when they come up with an idea that you might think like, oh, that's not... I don't think that's a good idea. You just go along with it. Todd is an Imperial with this bonus points and charisma. I finished New Vegas today. Nice one, bro. What do you think? As a programmer, I feel like I wouldn't last at Bethesda. I'm pretty vocal about terrible code. I need to fix it. That might be exactly what they need, though. Like, I don't know how the companies manage. Maybe it is a case where they don't listen to criticism from lower employees, or it is what I said, where the lower employees are too scared to speak up. But maybe what they need is, you know, is newer employees to be like, no, I think this is bad. Like, let's do this instead. They need some, like, young blood to speak up for themselves. There's also another thing, which is, it's pulled off, like, people on Twitter, so it's terrible. It's a terrible source, but from people who are, their source was that they were studying design, they were studying game design in university, and again, whether they were or not, I have no idea, but they said they were taught that there were right ways and wrong ways to do things in game design. And if that's the case, then that could really be a big problem. If people are being told, like, this is how games are designed, like, never try and go outside of this, then obviously that's going to lead to games that are exactly or very samey. So if the AAA environment is, like, recruiting people who have these university degrees and they are being taught, like, terrible things like that, like, almost like, don't be creative, like, do things this set way that has been proven to work by sales metrics or whatever, that could be an issue as well. But again, my source for that is, like, one guy on Twitter who said he was taught that in his university course. The university courses are completely unique between universities, so I can't say. I could take out a loan and go join my local university course to see what they say, but that'll be some first-hand research. Not something I'm willing to do at the moment, but maybe in the future. I think it would be very helpful, actually, to have, like, that deeper understanding of the content I'm making.
Use this.
But even then, it's still limited to how good is my local university. They even had developers work on the engine for Fallout 4, and I mean, they improved it, sure, but it's still broken as fuck. Yeah. That's a question of, like, could id not make the engine feel any better? Or is it maybe that someone like Todd said, like, oh no, this is fine, like, you've done good enough, or he didn't like some of the changes they made, or who's to say? We just never know.
Use this.
It's annoying being in the dark, but that's just how it is, isn't it? We won't find out until about 15 years from now when one of the head devs does a like a post-mortem on the game at GDC or something like that. That's why I like researching games in the 90s, because, like, almost everything's laid out. Like, every developer's done interviews by this point. They've done, like, presentations. There's so much to work off. That bobblehead. Oh, it's a fan. Give me ammo. Yeah, that's supposed to be loot or something. Of course, there are right and wrong ways to do game design, just like there are right and wrong ways to do literally everything. Of course, yeah, the problem is when they're teaching the wrong things as the right things. There's that, but there's also when they're teaching a lack of creativity, in that, like, you can only design games this way and never think outside of that. That's what I was getting at. Like, of course there's wrong ways to do things, but it's more if people think, like, if they're rejecting creativity because, oh, well, that's not what I was taught to do, like, that's, you know, there's only, like, this 6 ways to make a game or whatever, that can be a problem. I think that's what the guy on Twitter was trying to get to, like, they're trying to stifle, like, creativity. Because for my, like, design course, for example, I had a graphic communication course, technically, at university. They were never telling us, like, right or wrong ways to do anything. They were just giving us, like, the kind of the structure and the understanding we needed. And most of that course, like, you could honestly self-teach yourself that. Because most of the course... Oh, is this how they make RoboBrains? This is weird. Most of the things they taught was how to look at other art and, like, see if it's something that would be useful for your own projects. That's a terrible way of explaining it. But my conclusion would be you don't necessarily need a university course for most creative industries, I would say. For any creative industries, you could self-teach it. It's mainly I went for the piece of paper. Looks good for employees, for employers. That's also the case with game design as well, of course. So, like, anything in the gaming industry can be self-taught. That's why Bethesda hires modders. Well, generally self-taught, of course. Right, that didn't work. A lot of university isn't teaching you how to do it, it's teaching you how to learn. Exactly, that's what I was trying to say. They were teaching us, like, how to learn. It wasn't teaching us, like, the right or wrongs. Which is why when that guy said that's what he was taught at his game design course, like, that didn't sound correct. Like, I would have thought a game design course was more, should be teaching you how to look at every game that comes out, or every, like, from indie space, from AAA, and see, like, what's good, what's bad, what you might want to take into your own game when you come to design your own ones. That's what it should be about, rather than teaching them, like, this is what works based on sale metrics, you know, only do this. I feel like all of these terminals so far have been law. Yeah, this is law. Cell door malfunction. Please notify security and initiate lockdown protocol. Okay, this is talking about those poor souls down there, I guess. What's the map saying? Local map. Oh boy. Okay, we got a long way to go. I've lost. We managed to lose where we were. Alright, so we nearly go that way. No, we came from that way. Oh, is this an elevator? Oh, yes, okay. The 90s were 30 years ago. I don't want to have to wait 30 years to find out what the issues were. Oh god, yeah, you were. Yeah, man, I'm stuck in the 2000s when I thought they were 15 years ago. You're right. Yeah. Let's see. Every GDC thing I've seen is like from 2015, 2016. The games came out. Okay, it takes about 20 years for developers to start talking about their games. I wonder if that's just the timeline of the NDA. Yeah, that's a long time to wait, but a lot of developers are under NDAs. I know there's an ex-Bethesda concept artist, I believe, who's like gaining some popularity on Twitter right now. And people ask him questions about like development, and he says like he can't talk on any of it because he's under NDA. So yeah, we won't find out anything for a while, unfortunately. I'm doing research at the moment, actually. I'm looking around. Starfield's dungeons are very well designed and lived in, but not dramatically more than in previous games. This has been a consistent thing with modern Bethesda. Fallout 3 has the same thing. Fallout 3 dungeons are also like littered with clutter to give them that lived-in feel. That is expected from Bethesda, though. Oh. Chief Scientist. Holotape.
Anise Ciroletti, Chief Scientist. This is the third time I've had to request more security. As thorough as our assembly procedures may be, there's a human factor to be considered.
Turn this up so you guys can hear this. I'm new to all this lore. I've never completed this questline before. Would this be voice?
These are criminal and unstable minds. It can't be a scientist's job to ensure each test subject is properly sedated.
Oh, this is the lore of why the robo-brains are crazy.
Military assistance and
I've read this before. Was this mentioned in an earlier game? I think I've read this lore before. How they use criminals.
As fascinating as it may be to integrate the human mind with robotics, sometimes I wish I never signed on to this project.
Picking up hostile life signs.
Maybe it might have been in Fallout 1 or 2. Maybe I misremembered, but I've definitely read that lore before. That the robo-brains are like good prisoners. Ow, ow, ow. Also, you're useless right now. Wouldn't be surprised if Bethesda ignores New Vegas. It's the only good 3D Fallout game made in a single year and makes Bethesda look bad. It's always a surprise when they actually like recognize it. They for the anniversary, I think they had like for the Fallout. I guess it would have been the 25th anniversary, which was 2 years ago now, actually. What was it? I can't remember. Fallout's either 1999, 1998, or 1996. I always get confused between those two. Before one of the recent anniversaries, they actually had like the Lucky 36 in the background of this like artwork piece they had commissioned. So that was. I remember everyone was like very surprised that they actually recognized New Vegas. Didn't do anything more with that. But yeah, they don't tend to reference it. They reference it in their they reference it in their lore sometimes. Fallout 76 recently did. I think they've mentioned House before, but only in throwaway lines and stuff. But yeah, they acknowledge the lore at least, not necessarily much the game. They must have taken... Well, they have taken points from the game. For example, like the companion system in Fallout 4 is clearly inspired by New Vegas. I thought they did it a lot worse. But with like having companion quests and all that kind of stuff, that's from... of course, other games have done that, but I think the reason they implemented that in Fallout 4 is because New Vegas had done the same. Fallout 3's companions are like Fallout 1 companions, where they don't really have... They have a backstory, but there's no quest or anything associated with them. Fallout 2 was meant to have quests associated with them, but they never finished implementing them. Let's heal up. Hello? I guess he's in this. How do I get him out of there? I can hear him typing. It's the second best 3D Fallout for sure. You're always going to keep poking at that. Bethesda copying someone else, doing it much worse? Don't say it so, I know, right? How would they do that? There's lots of ways to write the same software, but there's still objectively... But there's still some objectivity too. Either it does the right thing or it doesn't. Yeah, the result. The result is the objective point. And I guess there's a level of, in code, obviously, well, in anything as well, the time investment it takes to make it, as well as how efficient it is, which I guess is kind of associated with the time as well. If something takes you a ton of time to get the same result that someone could do in 10 minutes, then as long as they have the exact same result and they can scale the same way, then the shorter time frame is the better one. Do I need to blow up that generator, maybe? Oh, I can't even activate the generator now. What am I missing here? I feel like this is meant to be a big set piece where he, like, opens up and starts talking or something. But he's not doing anything.
Halt, miscreants!
Oh, there you go. Oh, Bethesda.
But your reign of terror ends here.
We should talk.
Okay. There seems to be some sort of misunderstanding here. Maybe we should talk about this.
The Commonwealth has suffered more than its fair share of injustices because of you. Now you'll face the full might of the Mechanist. My righteous robots will end your tyranny once and for all.
Let's do it. In my opinion, the Fallout 4 companion system was done better than New Vegas. That's a not commonly held opinion. I'll give you that. They're pretty much the same system, though, aren't they? Like, you find companion, they have a quest. You do things that they like, they give you more quests. The only thing that's different is like how well written the quests are. Although I guess unless your argument is that New Vegas's companions require are very difficult to get them to like you sometimes, because a lot of their events that they like are scripted. That I can understand is an issue. For example, with oh no, I forgot his name. The blonde one, the blonde one with glasses from the. Oh man, my brain is terrible when I'm trying to shoot to think of all the names. The one's in the Mormon fort. RK Gannon, that's it. Yeah, so like with RK Gannon, for example, it can get quite hard to get his quest to actually start. That's a valid complaint, because I know a lot of people have mentioned in the past that they have had to use this compass a bit much. They've had to use like online guides to try and figure out how to get it to work. So yeah, that's quite valid. I can't remember how difficult, but saying that, I can't remember how difficult it is to get the Fallout 4 ones to give you quests. The Starfield one's really easy. There's a lot of just generalized things that they'll like be a good person, they'll like that, and then if you spend enough time with them, they'll give you a quest. Seeing as it's both Bethesda, I would assume Fallout 4s are probably quite similar.
Warning. Power generation capacity exceeded. Now drawing.
Is this a quest continuation of the Mechanist vs Antagonizer quest in Fallout 3? Yeah, it's a DLC called Automatron, which allows you to customize your robots. So I have, like, this is Codsworth. You can see I've completely made him super cursed. But yeah, it's a continuation of that. Like, I'm not sure if this is the exact same Mechanist from that quest line, but it's someone LARPing as him anyway. Okay, what's going on?
Reserve power at 82%. Reserve power at 58%.
Right, who's the boss battle gonna be? More normal robots than looks like so far. Is that it? Was that the boss?
Reserve
Not impressed if it was.
At 34%. Warning. Critical power failure is imminent.
Sparks, throw everything at him! Everything! Sparks,
Yeah.
more mines!
Just these two. Ooh. Who's throwing mines? Can't hide bot. Oh, snipe bot here.
Reroute the fuel tanks. Prepare to drop on my mark.
It's a different Mechanist. Yeah, I would assume so, because I've.
Warning.
Oh, I think you. I guess the quest is left open-ended, right? You can choose what to do with them. I think I killed the Mechanist in my one. But because Bethesda never like to canonize too many things, yeah, I assume it wouldn't be the same Mechanist. Also, there's quite a few years in between the games.
5, 4,
Give me ammo. Give me ammo.
1.
Sparks, get the power back on. Emergency power then.
Right, do I get to talk to him now?
This is a Dover Scourge. I will not rest until I see the Commonwealth free of you.
Well, that's not gonna work. I don't have any charisma. You're confused.
You're confused. It's obvious. We need to talk this out, face to face.
We're speaking
Probably not.
Good people listen. If you were making a grave mistake, you'd want to know the truth.
Very well. I will hear you out. But only for the sake of the Commonwealth. Sparks, with me!
Right, where's he gonna come from? Do I want to... I kind of want to hear him out. What we'll do is... Let's get a few mines ready. And then save. Because I'm not saying I don't trust you, but I don't trust you. And then get that ready. Any more mines? No, okay. No, you can say that.
Let us
Say, yeah.
discuss this amicably.
Let's talk face to
Fine.
face.
But no more hiding. If you want to talk, we do this face to face.
You're right. It's time I faced the true enemy of the Commonwealth.
It's gonna be a plot twist, isn't it? I bet it's like a girl or something. Ah, called it. I think I've actually seen this,
There.
seen people complain about this
Now
twist
we
before.
both know who we're dealing with.
Is she even trying to be a hero? I mean, kind of. Yeah,
Drop
the
the
hero
hero
act.
act, lady. Your robot's going on a mass killing spree in the Commonwealth, and you think I'm the enemy? Please.
No, they're programmed to protect. You're lying.
Oh, is it just a case where she didn't even know they're killing innocents? This is so dumb.
Open your eyes.
Yeah, she couldn't see.
Those robots are killing innocent people.
Innocent people? No. I don't believe you.
You couldn't, like, go
They
outside
can't
and
alter
look.
their programming. They're programmed to save people, not kill them.
Oh yeah, the robo-brains were never safe, yeah.
Think about it. There's probably a reason these robots weren't in mass production.
I took all the necessary precautions. Innocent lives should never be taken. And the data. They were always reporting hostiles killed and lives saved. No, it's the logic. It's there. I can see it now. I was hoping it was the robo-brains. An issue with
This
their
is,
memory warps.
it's not
But you're right.
a
Their primary
foe
directive was
on the
flawed.
same level as the Master. Let's just say that. Yeah, you're just a bit of an idiot, aren't you, love? Yeah, I don't think even memory wipes would fix them, because they're psychopaths, most of them, right? Like, I think that's kind of hardwired.
Now you know the truth.
Hello?
Your robots are dangerous. They had to be stopped.
The hero unknowingly became the
Unknowingly,
I wanted
you
to
couldn't
help
just,
the
like, go
Commonwealth.
outside.
And robots are all I know.
Oh, God.
I found this place and figured I could finally do my part. I accept full responsibility. I can't take back what I've done, or even atone for it. But this doesn't have to end in violence.
I'm not saying I want to end in violence. I want to, yeah, I'm not saying it ends in violence. Get me out, just get me out of this. No game. I'm not saying it ends in violence. Like, that's not violence.
Are we done talking?
Yes, we're done talking. There you go. All right. Nice.
Hey.
Oh. Oh, you're not happy, Hodworth. Yo,
Hey,
what?
Codsworth.
Oh, I thought he was gonna.
Nothing
The
else
way
to
he
know.
said like Mr. Nate, I thought he was gonna say he wasn't happy with what I did. Mr. Handy Buzzblade. Interesting. Jesus, Professor's writing is just embarrassing. Yeah, I was just. Was I meant to feel sorry for her? I was just like, she's just dumb. Like, what? You couldn't read all the lore files? I didn't even read them. I skirted over them when I could see, oh, the robo-brains are criminals. Oh, they're psychopaths killing people? Well, maybe I don't. Let's not make a robot army using them. Alright, is this better than my armor? Yes. Oh, it's pretty much better overall. And this is way better. Right, I am now the mechanist. Why am I carrying all this kind of stuff? Oh, probably to break it down, maybe. Yeah, I don't see myself doing that. You can't break down legendary stuff. Yeah, that line's gonna load quite a bit.
Mr. Nate, did you mean to drop that?
Yes. Let's go. Oh yeah, we can go out this way. We convinced the guy that is supposed to have killed the clan or considering surrender to give up by saying the West is is a bit big lol in New Vegas. Yeah, but that's valid because he is aware deep down that he's not gonna win. Actually, it's more that he's aware that he's probably not going to be as good as Caesar. At least I read it that he's maybe a bit insecure about his ability to lead. He knows he can lead an army, but he can't like lead an empire. And the West is pretty big compared to the actual size of Caesar's legion. And seeing as the NCR have so many issues with like raiders and all that kind of stuff, it'd take a lot for the Legion to subdue it. They'd be able to do it, but it would still take a lot. These are some hard-working prisoners. Let's go. I should have probably came here with my power armor, actually. That might have made that a bit easier. I didn't consider that. Oh yeah, look at this as well. This is called a loading screen within game. You know, they've proven before that they can do it. I don't know why they just forgot how to do this. That's never used in Starfield for whatever reason. They have elevators, but they're just loading screens. You just hit the button, you go into a loading screen. And that's old tech as well. Like Portal 2 used that. Mass Effect used that. I'm sure all the games use it. Funny thing is, has actually happened a lot in history. Insecure guy gives up after killing most of his client for giving up, just saying it wouldn't happen. I can see it. Yeah, in history, it seems insecurity seems to be a big reason behind a lot of issues. I think Lanius seems... it's hard to read into a lot of writing. You can always overread into it. I would just say a guy who's an amazing warrior who looks up to this leader might deep down think, I'm not as good as a leader as this guy who saved me. Like, he knows he's a brilliant general, he knows he's a great warrior, but can he sit down and manage an empire? We could obviously look at Lanius and say easily no. Whether he himself thinks I can't do it is a different story, but I would think maybe he realizes it's a bit above his pay grade.
The loss in her own way.
He does seem very sure of himself though, so maybe not.
Your return is a relief. I trust the outcome was what you wanted.
Yeah, close enough.
It's over. The Mechanist is dead.
A just end for the pain and suffering.
A lot of people think that
does not bring back my
this
friends,
plot line is good
but if
because
not for their
Obsidian can do
deaths,
no
the
wrong,
Mechanist may
but no,
still
that's
be
just done.
alive, posing a
Which
threat
plot line
to
that?
the
Oh, the fact that
Commonwealth.
Lanius can be
Had
persuaded
those
in New
robots
Vegas is probably the
remained
biggest character
unchecked,
assassination in the
I'm
game.
certain the damage would have been
It's
extensive. Halting, if not
a
reversing,
necessity of the
any
role-playing
progress that has
system.
been made here. With this
The
knowledge,
writing
I'm
has
finally
to
registering
allow
feelings of satisfaction and
all
accomplishment.
role-playing methods to work within
And I
it.
have you to thank for it. As a result,
And I
have
think
decided to stay here.
with
There is one remaining matter to consider. The
obviously
Mechanist is
speech-based
defeated,
classes being such a
but
big
my
part
radar beacon is
of
still picking up several
Fallout games
signals.
from the
I
beginning,
fear the Commonwealth
it
is still
would
littered with
be
those
annoying
robots.
that if you couldn't complete the
Eliminating
game
them would
just
be
relying on
tying up
speech.
loose ends,
It's almost
to use
a
common
necessity
phrase.
of the Fallout role-playing games.
Sure.
Like Fallout 1 and 2, you could get by, for the most part, with speech. Like,
The signal is
what they
faint, but
like using the
yes,
argument,
robot
what
located.
maybe they should have done instead is have Lanius be unpersuadable, like Frank Horrigan, and had a way where you could use speech to make it easier. Because that's how Fallout 2 handled it. Like, you can't persuade Frank Horrigan. He's he's super brainwashed. He's dead set on what he wants to do. So to get around that, they let speech-based characters convince the Enclave, like Special Forces Squad, to help you kill Frank Horrigan. So maybe that's a good way they could have got around it.
A pleasure to see.
But in terms of character assassination, Lanius didn't really have that much big of a build-up, I feel, in Fallout, other than, like, they were saying, like, you know, he's a super badass warrior, but you've never met the guy before then. So, you don't know who what he's like, really. But yeah, it's a necessity of the game. But yeah, actually, when you're correct in that they didn't necessarily have to have it where you could persuade him yourself. Destroy the rope. Oh, is this just Radiant quests now? This is just a Radiant quest, right? I think we finished Automatron. Store an order. This sounds like a Radiant quest. I'm gonna go do it, but I don't think this has much substance to it. But the whole point of it was that he doesn't want the Empire to die. Yeah, it's like, it's the Empire, he doesn't want to expand. The Courier's argument is that your Empire will be so big that, like the empires of the past, it will collapse in on itself. Which is true. I mean, I think the Caesar's Legion is going to do that regardless without the strong leadership of Caesar. Like, because Lanius is right in that, like, defeating the NCR and making it to the Pacific coastline, not hard. Not hard at all. Like, he'll do it in a few years, but not with ease, but he'll be able to do it. Yeah, okay, this is this is a Radiant mission. But it's maintaining the Empire then. That's the difficult thing. And also, there's no tribes. Like, remember, Caesar's Legion is built of tribes. How do you assimilate? The NCR isn't a tribe. I don't think the people would so easily assimilate into the Legion at the same way the lesser tribes did. So you would have a huge population of people with not enough soldiers to maintain order, because that's how the Legion's empire actually works. Obviously, it's just entire like authoritarianism. If they don't have enough soldiers to maintain authority, it falls apart. I think that's the, well, it's not even a thing. That is the Courier's argument, and it's just if Lanius is wise enough to consider it. I could see Caesar taking him down, maybe, but only Caesar talking him down. Yeah, well, I think Caesar could easily talk down Lanius because Lanius is completely indebted to Caesar. Like, just fanboys over him, understandably. Confirm selection. No. How do I get back? Oh, tab. Lone Wanderer. So this is the amount of experience points. See, I don't think there's any perks I can really upgrade because we're still not high enough level. So I think we just start bulking up our actual stats. Charisma might help us, but we're still not really smart enough. Or still not good enough. Maybe we go into Charisma? Or do we just focus on combat, maybe? Agility. This is VATS, right? Stealth and VATS. Endurance. We already have max toughness. Lead. Oh, Life Giver. 12 to 20 health points. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Could upgrade your crafting. Ah, yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. Okay, let's get back to Sanctuary. Let's do what little crafting we can and go to Far Harbor. That's Automatron done. I don't think it's worth. It's not worth doing any of the other DLCs that aren't the Far Harbor or Nuka World because they're just
One of these houses would be a good place to set up some beds.
For the settlement system. The only one that has a quest line that I know of, it's barely a quest line, is this one, Investigate Vault 88. But the quest line is pretty much go there, talk to someone, and they just give you the settlement, and that's it. We want to do our weapons. You hear about Lanius during the entire game for all over the roadmap, and that's all the Legion content was cut. You actually get a very natural introduction to him before you even meet. Yeah, in terms of like how much of a badass he is, but you never know what he's actually like. You just hear stories, right? That's what I mean. It's like you never. Yeah, you don't get a real picture of him. You get a picture of him. They could have subverted expectations. He could have been entirely propaganda, an entire myth, you know. But he wasn't. He was the badass warrior that they built him up to be. I just don't put much stock into, like, when I'm hearing, like, lore about someone, I always think, like, maybe this is, like, a lie. You know, maybe it's meant to make them sound bigger than they are. All right. Gun mag, yes. Oh, we don't even use that one. Little pipe rifle. Some of these we might throw away. Like the disgusting assault rifle. Oh, I think we're out of materials now. Mm-hmm. Yep. Right, let's break down some guns then. Have we used this? Let's look at which ones these guns are worth actually keeping. $56 compared with the Protectron's Gaze of 41. But it has a faster fire rate. Is this automatic? No. They use the same ammunition, right? Cells. Stick with the rifle, I think. Get rid of the Protectron's Gaze and the short automatic pipe pistol. The pipe rifle. Oh, this is the automatic one. Get rid of that as well. And the assault rifle. Okay. It's scrap. Shit, I think I scrapped the wrong thing. I don't know what that was. Oh, it wasn't my... Okay, it wasn't my marksman rifle. It wasn't my shotgun. We'll deal with that. Oh, was it my... Oh, no. Was it my Tommy gun? Oh, it was my Tommy gun, wasn't it? Oh, no. When did I last... Did it quick save? It didn't quick save. Oh, poor Tommy gun. That's how much ammo did I have for it? Oh, never mind. No, it's fine. I've got over the loss already. Yeah, okay, I can't get rid of the Protectron's Gaze. Let's just sell it then, what little it's worth. RIP Tommy gun. 2023 to 2024. What's favorite? Combat shot, sniper rifle. Parts. The laser rifle. Yeah, let's put the laser rifle here. Got all my guns now. Still have the Protectron's Gaze. The same ammo type as the laser rifle though, so there's no point. Okay, so what are all my guns now? Keep using escape by accident. Put away, Mama Murphy. No. Get me out of your dialogue. Get me out. Okay, there you go. It's not hard to see why Starfield went for their gimped conversation system when there's so many bugs with the Fallout one. But immersively wise, the Fallout 4 one is a lot better, but it does have quite a few bugs associated with it. And then 5. Okay. Right, Far Harbor it is. Surprisingly, I haven't got a quest. I don't know how to organically start it, so we're just going to run up here because it's around here, I think. So, hopefully the game will give us the quest when we get there. He's a big spoon in stories, but little spoon IRL. Yeah, a little bit. He's still a very good warrior, but I don't. He was never bigged up to be like a great speaker. Okay, I don't want to even fight these guys. Let's just get out of here. As a warrior, I think his boss fight was as well done as it could have been within the creation, or not even creation engine, within the Gamebryo engine. Really, only the only thing they can really do within this engine is like bulk up their attack damage, give them new different weapons and armor, give them higher health. So he had all that going for him. Decent boss fight. Of course, if you go into Hoover Dam at level 50, which the game was never intended to have because that came from the DLC, if you go in like so high level, side death claw, yeah, typical, then he can be a cakewalk, of course. The NCR's losing to the Legion hard throughout the game. Yeah. The NCR need the courier. Like, the only way they become confident at the end of the game is because the courier has done everything for them. They're about to get completely steamrolled. And if the courier didn't talk down Lanius, they would have got steamrolled. There's a whole plot point in the first battle that the NCR had to use a ton of explosives just to survive the first battle. Yeah, in the in Boulder City. By Chief Hanlon, I think it was his name, right? The Chief Hanlon, the one who's super depressed in his quest line. And that's why the Burn Ban became the Burn Ban, for his failure at Boulder City. Yeah, it's just that the Legion's army is primed for fighting. That's all they do. It's like, you know, the scene in 300 when they ask the expertise of everyone, and there's like pot making and everything, and the Spartans are just warriors. Although the NCR is a standing army, like their only job is to be a soldier, they're just not trained the same way as the Legion are. For one, they're not as harsh on their soldiers. And they rely more on technology and their size over their actual fighting ability.
Good pickings? Oh no, I'm not
Who the hell are you? Rust Devil.
Not even in the slightest.
Oh, I'm out. Oh, this guy's tanky. Laser rifle isn't too accurate. Maybe I'm not too accurate. Might be the issue. I don't know if he's friendly or not, so let's get out of here. Yeah, due to getting basically no reinforcements from the west. Oh, yeah. It's because, well, they're super corrupt, and they only care about Vegas for the Hoover Dam, and that's it. In general, the NCR is just terribly led. They were only actually competent when they were a dictatorship. Which seems to be... that's obviously a talking point of Caesar himself. when they were a republic. It wasn't, from what I know, it wasn't a corrupt republic. It wasn't like Tandy was forcing people to vote for her, but they didn't have any term times, so people did just vote for her because that's all they knew. And it worked before, so why wouldn't it work again? And I guess it could work really well for them actually until Tandy eventually hit her age limit. NCR for life. I like the NCR in Fallout 2. In New Vegas, it's a shadow of its former self. I will generally play for the NCR because I for my memories of Fallout 2. And maybe more for my memories of Fallout 1. I'm just being like, no, I must save Shady Sands. Must protect them. But in terms of what's actually best for Vegas, I think that's probably actually House is best for Vegas. The Legion is terrible for Vegas. Great for the Legion, but in terms of Vegas himself, no one really wins in Vegas. The actual people of Vegas all lose if the Legion wins. I guess that's a different question. It's like, what's best for Vegas and what's best for the West Coast? That's a hard one as well. I don't personally back the Legion for any of them, just because of their policy on slavery and their treatment of women for the most part. Yeah, I know Caesar says he wants to change some of that though when he creates his empire, but you really just have to speculate on what he would do and like attribute your own bias. You can say like, oh yeah, he'll get rid of all that bad stuff once he makes his empire, but like, would he? You're really just kind of applying that yourself. He might do. I'm not sure he would. Right, is this not the right way? I think it is, because it says that there's a house to the north and we're off the map. So, I think this is the right way to the DLC. While outnumbering said lobbers with actual guns and training. Who's outnumbering who? In terms of... because I would say that, well, LARPers is tributes to both, right? Obviously, the Legion are actual history LARPers. But the NCR are kind of LARPing as an army. Because most of them don't have adequate training. Their equipment is terrible. In Vegas. I think on the West Coast, obviously, they're a lot better. But the Vegas ones aren't getting any decent equipment sent to them. Is it meant to be that we're just off the map? I know it's a DLC location, but it's just completely not there.
Damn it! Come in! I know you're listening on the other end. Where
yeah,
is she?
This is far.
Where is my daughter?
Kenji, please. You've been at this for hours. Stop. You need sleep.
She's out there, Red. What? Who are you? I'm sorry, but we don't have time for visitors or caravans or wherever you're from.
I heard the shouting. You sound like you need help.
A good Samaritan? Fine. I'm out of options anyway, if you want to hear about it. My daughter is missing. It all started with this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some
I think I remember this right. The daughter, I think, is a simp. Yeah, who went to go live with the simps on Far Harbor.
Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I
just realized the parallels between this and Point Lookout, with the daughter going missing, and there being a quest to go find her.
I know my daughter is in danger.
And then that leading you to the cult. It's quite similar to Point Lookout, actually.
Please.
In this case, where the cult is a bunch of robots. Yeah, I'll
find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs, if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Cool thing, bro. Do I need to find something to do with Far Harbor, I guess? Radio. This might be how she found out about the
Project
island.
Log, radio. Correction, working radio. I'll finally get some news outside this house. My handle is going to be Let's go with Ohm's Law. That should confuse the creeps. And if someone actually gets the reference, then we'll at least have circuitry in common.
No, that didn't help. No.
Project log, dreams. Recording what I can remember when I wake up. I keep having the same one. I'm in a white room. People are talking about me like I'm not there, or maybe they just don't care. And then there's this, I don't know, jolt, like a spark of electricity to the back of my head, and then everyone turns to look at me. God, I hope I don't have it again tonight.
Yep, that sounds like a synth. Which one of these progresses the quest is what I'm trying to find out. Maybe I need to talk to the dad.
Project log. Holotape player. Managed to strip out the parts from this thing and make something
Oh
that's
wait, is it not even a quest?
Granddad always said you need to make a record.
Oh, Far
when
From
you
Home.
start something. You know, in case you have to go back to
Yeah,
it.
okay, I do need to find something.
So, I guess I'm going to start doing that. Maybe I should start with an inventory of all the parts I found? Kasumi!
Mr. Nakano.
I'll be right
Do you have
there.
questions?
Oh.
About my daughter?
Tell me more about this radio she was fixing.
I've tried to get that damn thing to work over and over again, but there's nothing. I thought she just wanted to strip it for parts or build a toaster out of it, or something, like she usually does. Someone made contact with her, and then they took her.
Alright.
Why did your daughter really leave? Your wife says she left on her own, but you said it was kidnappers.
I know it was kidnappers. Kasumi is a smart girl, but she doesn't know how horrible people can be. Not like, why would she just leave her family? Every minute we aren't...
Uh-huh. Anything more you can tell me about Kasumi?
I don't know what more to say. She's my... I never should have let her grandfather teach her how to fix these...
Her grandfather?
Ever since she was old enough to walk, yes. Her grandfather, he passed away recently. He used to scout...
Okay, do we need to go scavenge those ruins, maybe?
Mrs. Nakano.
I suppose you have questions about my daughter.
Yeah,
I'd
maybe
like to
about
know
the
more
how we
about
get to the
Kasumi.
island would be good.
Might shine a light on where she's gone.
My daughter is strong, focused, careful. That's how I know she's still alive.
Sure.
But why would she leave without telling us?
Better speech
Every
check.
detail is important, Mrs.
It's just that
Oh yeah. What?
we've been fighting a lot more. All of us. He was the only one that could really talk to her.
Okay, so she ran away because the
Kenji and I
granddad's
don't
not around.
understand machines. She started staying in her grandfather's
Boathouse,
boathouse
okay,
late
cool.
into the night.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. What we wanted. The workshop? No. Examine. Search the picture frame. You find a hidden key. How convenient. Grandfather's note. If you ever get locked out of the safe, then the answer is here in the boathouse. Yeah, okay.
Project log? Myself. I never really thought about who or what I am, but... God. Where do I start?
Where's the boat?
radio.
Oh.
I was
Oh no, this
right
is
about the radio.
this is not a working
I
boat.
managed to get a signal, a strong signal from up north. There's a group of people up there. They say they're all synthetic people, made by the Institute. They're trying to build a place for their kind, where they can be themselves and be accepted for what they are alongside human beings. It sounds wonderful, but
Oh, so she thinks she is a synth
they
then.
started asking about me and some questions
Oh, I wonder if
came
the
up,
Twisters actually isn't a
I
synth,
don't have
maybe?
answers to. I mean, I've always felt off, like I'm not really supposed to be here.
I know this is one of the better written
There are
quests in the
things
game,
my
apparently.
childhood-
Written by Will
I
Shen.
can't remember, and I've been having strange
I'm expecting
dreams.
some twists.
I'm going to go to meet these synths. I
Oh,
have
here's the
to
boat.
know the truth about myself.
Cat.
They've told me
Oh, I can't
sail
pet the
up
cat.
north to a town called Far Harbor. I can make my way to them from there.
Okay, let's go. I'm gonna talk to the boat master. Yo, dude, I need your boat. Oh, we're out of time. Never mind, I don't need your boat today. Yep, switch. All right. Well, we can start Far Harbor next next time. At least we completed Automatron. And I know we can, well, I theorize we can get through Far Harbor pretty fast if we just kill all the simps. That's our backup measure. Time for tactics, it might be. It might be indeed. Picking game. Hide that one. Alright, well, it's between 2 or tactics, so it's got a 50-50 chance. And it's 1. Yeah. There you go. Let's get into it. Start the timer. 1 minute 30. Go. Tactics. Play. Play. Caesar is more like the Garlic warlords who claimed to be emperor than Octavius, who actually built an empire. Yeah, they're more like the Ostrographs. Yeah, came down, yeah, and conquered the Western Roman Empire and then declared themselves kings of Rome. Yeah. I mean, he does... In lore, he doesn't know a lot about Rome. You know, he only has what the history books tell him, and it's very limited on what history books he has access to. And he's also a man who is overconfident in his own intelligence, I think would be a nice way of putting it. Like, in the terms, like, he doesn't actually understand, is it diegetics? I forgot how it's pronounced now. But he doesn't actually understand, like, Hellenic diegetics. He doesn't understand, like, the concepts he's read about. He's applied his own bias to them, to use them for his arguments. Probably as a way to sway, you know, other people. So they think, oh, this is like clearly a very learned man who knows what he's talking about. But he doesn't actually. He thinks he does. And that's part of his charm. He's a very charismatic man. Who is intelligent, just not as intelligent as he believes himself to be. Yeah, I need to be careful with mines. Dialectics, yeah. When he talks about Hellenic dialectics. Is it Hellenic? Hellogenic? I can't remember. Power armor? Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to find power armor on their bodies, sad to say. I hope so. Oh dear. Oh, no. Mother, run. Run. Get in the car. Get him. Nice. I'm minus a couple of ribs after that one. I thought there was one up here. Check the body. Did I actually loot this one when I panicked? I did, okay. Back you go. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're trying to rescue the general, who is bogged down around here. If I remember correctly, the map says, yeah, 2. Brimstone Squad, headed by General Benarki, was last heard from this area. Investigate the area for the general and any survivors. So we have to run through here. Demon Squad reported sightings of up to 2 separate squads of super mutants in this area. Expect an ambush. Talon Squad is being pinned down by enemy fire, or believing to be originated from this point. That's where we're near to now, right? There's an outpost up here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, so we need to come clear this area, which we're close to. Yeah, we're right next to it. This is us, right? Oh, no. Oh, where are we? Where are we? Oh, okay, we're down here. Ah, we got a while to go then. There's a Hummer up here, which looks like it's out of commission. Yeah, it's been blown up by a mine. So let's see. Free. Talon Squad is pinned down at this. Okay, they're pinned down on the Hummer. Right. This is kind of inspired by Black Hawk Down, I think. Quite similar. This is the front line of the Super Mutant Army. Yeah, we didn't go that way. So, oh, we might be able to clear from behind then. Like, kind of swoop in, pick up Talon Squad, clear this one, get Bonarchy, and then full, like, ambush from behind, clear them out, and then get back here. There's possibility to clear this base, but they say that to do so, it says we're not authorized. So I believe, my theory, I'm not going to test it, I don't think, in this playthrough. But I think if we cleared that, we would get some, like, Bonarchy might be like, oh, this guy's really good, but the other generals might not be so fond of us for not following orders. Something to test. Follow the definite engine of the APC engine to locate yourself on the map. That's a good idea. Yeah, let's lower the sound as well, because it is loud. A bit better. Right. Can you, no, can I not hit him? Doma, it's a chance. Yeah, let's not get hit by the rockets, guys. Come on, let's take him out. There you go. What's the APC at? 248. Not too bad. Yep, kill them all. A little lower and I'd be sterile. It's funny because he already is. Oh, dodge grenades. That did no damage at all. Alright, I'm wary of mines along here. Right, stop. Hit this guy first. Come on, guys. Die, crop sucker. Interesting name. Actually, let's get everyone on single fire. Let's save our ammo. How much ammo do you have? Inventory. Is 300. Is that what he's using? He's using 762. He has 300. Maybe keep him on burst. He is our main damage output. So I think keep everyone else on single fire, just so we don't waste our ammunition. Okay. Let's save in case of mines. Not gonna lie, I kind of wonder how a Fallout RTS from this era would have gone. Like StarCraft. That'd be interesting. Yeah, because then you could actually have something like the NCR in the Legion. There's like two sides of that. 222. We do have to heal our APC soon. Come on. Come on, poke your head up. Poke your head up. Nearly dead. Alright, we can survive one more rocket hit. I think he's gonna hit. He's gonna shoot a rocket and we'll take him out now. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, we can't get behind him because this rock's in the way. Oh, okay, no, we can't. Just drive on top of the... Just drive over it. Okay. Yep, okay, we glitched up and over the rock. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it worked. We can't get into the trenches. Hit him. Nice. Right, mother. Come on out. Loot this guy. Rockets. Nice. And a key, I guess, for that chest. Is this locked? No, it's not locked. I wonder what that key is for then. Ooh, first aid kits. That's really good, actually. I'm encumbered. Ah, okay. Okay, I can still walk. Right, you get in here and let's distribute the loot. Mostly get the first aid kits over to Stitch. Oh, you guys fighting okay there? I might need to get everyone to aim at him. Right, everyone. He pokes his head up. Actually, let's test Mother's abilities. Get him. Wow. He's really strong. Oh, another saw. I'm not going to pick up any more saws because they are very heavy. But they're probably worth quite a lot of loot though. Ah, but worth like quite a lot of money though. I mean, anyway, I need to get the ammunition over to Stoma and the rockets. He's got a rocket. Yeah, he's got his rocket launcher open. I'm not letting him use the rocket launcher from the APC because I'm sure he'll somehow use it to hurt us. 5.56 to me. 50 cal. Ooh. What shoots 50 cals? We haven't found anything that shoots 50 cal yet. I don't know where we got the ammunition from then. Wait, it's the Desert Eagle? No, it's 44. Oh, I didn't think. Is the Bozar in this game? That'd be really cool. I think that's 50 cal. No, it's not. But the Bozar is one of the early game ammunition types, isn't it? So strong in Fallout 2. You've leveled up. No perk. Let's just get you on repair for this mission. Speaking of, get your repair kit out. Can you repair from inside? No. Oh, maybe she is. Is she repairing? No, I don't think so. No, take your time. That's close. I think max is 300, so I think we'll stick with that for now. That's good going. Get your Scorpion back. Single. Everyone's on single. Set for Stoma. Let's go. Actually, everyone reload now while we're at it. Okay, so we've cleared out this base anyway, so... Oh dear, can we actually get out of here now? Oh, can you imagine if I've kind of like glitched the game out? That might not be good. Oh dear. Oh dear. I need to get up on this hill. Oh no, we're bouncing off it. Oh no! Okay, yeah. Glitched our way through again. It's all good. Fallout RTS wouldn't really work like how StarCraft or Age of Empires do. It wouldn't work canonically, no, because you'd have to suspend your disbelief quite a lot in terms of like starting a new NCR town, a new Legion town. I could see how it could work like as a mod for like Warcraft 2 or 3, for example, but no, you're right. Like canonically, and out like the understanding of how the world works and like how they build the structures and everything. It wouldn't, but like Eva would do those games either. Companies of Heroes is a good example of how it could work though, in like set locations. This Company of Heroes, I would guess, would be almost like a modernization of what they were trying to go for here. Grenades. Okay, we got the Talon Company. What's up, boys? How you doing?
Time some backup got here. Paladin Solo, commander of Talon Squad. It's not pretty here, brother.
It's really sick.
They're dropping bombs like it's the Great War. My troops are toast. I'm taking what's left of my unit and pulling out. Don't pull any punches with these muties. I watched one charge face first into some rough crossfire and laugh off the pain. Pull that APC up and tend to my soldiers. I can walk, but my squad needs medical attention. I'm not leaving until you get them on their feet. Hope you've still got a medic.
I guess you'd have to use stim packs if you didn't bring a medic with you. Right, so this is the endgame objective. I guess we can come back for Bonarchy. I wonder if we can use these guys to come help us get Bonarchy, but we might get reprimanded if some of Talon's company die. Stim pack. Alright, Stitch. Go do your job, bro. Almost dead. He's on. Definitely the whole levels that they're meant to be on are glitching out, as you can see. He's now beneath him. Unhurt, almost dead. Fully healed. And we might as well heal up the Paladin as well, so he doesn't die.
Paladin Solo and her troops are now inside the
Her
APC.
troops?
Drive them back to the evac point.
That's a hell of a voice modulation right there. It's the same as the Mechanist. I did not expect. That's a her. Fuck me. That's some good voice modulation on that helmet. God damn. Oh, they just spawned out. Ah, that's no fun. I thought we had to escort them. Fair enough though. No one really likes an escort mission, do they? It's the deepest cheer I've ever heard. See, they pulled the same twist Professor did 12 years earlier. Julia, I literally mentioned Company Heroes in the post. You didn't finish reading. Oh, sorry. I would have really mixed. Oh yeah, Company Heroes and what Halo did. Well, with Halo, Halo Wars. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, I didn't finish reading. Dawn of War doesn't have base building. The Warhammer one. Yes, it does. Oh, the second one, yeah. Have you done an Arcanum playthrough? I've played some Arcanum, but I've never finished the game. No, it's on my to-do list. It's one I want to eventually make a video on, so I'm kind of saving myself. But that'll probably be a few years in the future, with the amount of time it takes to make my videos. I kind of want to like cover all the Troika games. There's only 3, isn't there? It's Arcanum, Temple of Elemental Evil, and Vampire. Right, okay. Let's see how we're going to get through here. Yeah, they've definitely built this up so you can't use the APC. Right, so this is... Is this a mission we can even survive? Okay, we could maybe... No, you can't get the APC through here, I don't think. Can we drive over the trenches? It's big enough to drive over the trenches. That's what tanks were originally intended for. But I'm not sure if the game will allow us to do it. Let's try. Oh. Well, there you go. Okay, never mind. They actually thought about that, yeah. I mean, that's what these tanks are meant for doing. If you do Baldur's Gate 3, run, want to have one as a community, like get 4 people on one team, that'd be really cool. I'd be down for that. I don't know when I get around to that though. I still haven't even bought Baldur's Gate 3 yet. Okay, we need to get over here. Turn. I don't know why I'm worried about it, because I'm sure it's not built into the game, but yeah, it's not even going to let us, but I'm worried we're going to somehow, like, fall into the trench, but, like, clearly, that's not possible. I beat BG3 free, honestly, not worth it. If you beat it twice, I mean, BG3 twice, if you beat it twice, it must be an okay game, although I know you've said in the past you do not like it. Not played it, so I still cannot say. Roads where we're doing, we don't need roads. Nope. We can do whatever we want. BG3 is pretty awesome. I've seen lots of good things. The most complaints I've seen are to do with its gameplay being like Divinity Original Sin. And basically, if you like that system, you'll like it, and if you don't, you won't. I was okay with Divinity 1. I've not played Original Sin 2, so I can't say if there's been major changes, but I wasn't completely against it. It looks like Bernardi might be dead. Unless he's, like, in this building. Oh, boy, we need to, oh, no, they're barely damaging our APC, but we need to keep moving. Get closer. Oh, no, this is like a kill zone for us. Oh, I need to be careful going through here. Yeah, we can't get... Oh, I like how we can drive over the trenches, but we can't drive over barbed wire. So my theory for why we can drive for the trenches is because in World War II, that's what the tanks were for. In World War One as well, more especially. They were also for driving over barbed wire. That was also a very important part of the tanks, why the tank was invented. So they didn't think about that one too much. Oh, we need to, come on, take out this guy. No explosives. Oh, we're driving into the front line, that's what we're doing. We're doing the ambush, basically, a bit early. It didn't look like we found Banaki. Are we out of ammo? What's going on here? Come on, guys, shoot. And the APC seems to be stuck on this rock, I think is the problem. Yeah, this is the front line. Alright. I think we just cleared the front line out then. Yeah, because we started here. Okay. Well, that was easy enough. Not too bad when you got a massive APC to help. We need to, guess, confirm which one of these bodies is Banaki, because we did not find any living guys there. Sad to say. RIP, bro. Alright, Mother, go on a looting spree. Get the APC out of the way. I think we're sitting on top of a body. Oh no. Oh, actually, let's spread the loot around while we're here. Because this is our final loot before we leave this mission. The Mother. Let's spread it around. You can dump a lot on Stoma. He's pretty strong, yeah. Got most of it on Stoma, actually. Probably can't take all of these, can he? He's encumbered, but does that prevent him? Let's move 2 of these over to Stitch, maybe. Oh, Stitch is leveled up. 42 grenades! Oh, Jesus. That's quite a few. Joe's using 9mm. No one uses explosives, so we don't really need mines. Oh, we're probably... Oh, I didn't think about that. Are we ever going to fight enemy vehicles? The super mutants won't use them, will they? I doubt they would give super mutants vehicles, but I wonder if we ever fight a raider group that has vehicles, like Mad Max. It is by an Australian dev team, of course. If we do, maybe we keep the mines. Maybe it's worth getting someone who's good at traps. I didn't consider that we actually might fight vehicles at some point. Oh my god, someone thinks differently than me. Must punch kids these days. Referring to what Cobra Commander. Also, I'm going to assume you were once Tom Bombadil, and this is your new name. Because I know you like to change it. Oh, in terms of the argument going on in chat, I've failed to keep up with it. Every time I read a comment, I'm like, I don't know what we're referring to anymore. In terms of Baldur's Gate, okay, I beat it once in co-op mode and once in honor mode. It was for a thorough review. It's honestly one of the worst games I've ever played. Now, Tyrannium, I don't think you truly believe that. If you played it that much. Either that or you're very blessed to have played consistently good games. Because I've played some stinkers out there. I mean, I played Spyro 4 on the PlayStation 2. I think that was an early introduction that just because it's with a brand you like and on a console you like doesn't mean the game will be good. That scarred me. That was a young age to realize that bad games exist. And I never fully recovered. Enter the Dragonfly, I think it was called. Oh, what a stinker. But if you truly believe that, then you're a hell of a contrarian. Because that's very much different from everyone else. You're entitled to have an opinion, even a bad one. I like to play as a gnome and have Karlach throw me to places early and skip parts. That's the interesting thing about like the Divinity Original Sin system, is that it is very open-ended in what it allows you to do. Which, from what I've heard online, that seems to be the thing a lot of people are enamored about with the game. The level of freedom that people aren't used to from modern RPGs, but that's only the fault of modern RPG developers like Bethesda streamlining their games so much that people are unaware that there was once a time where that kind of flexibility was allowed. None of these people even seem to be Benarchy. Oh, it says Brimstone Squad is bogged down here. Oh, here. Oh, maybe they're just over the bridge. Yeah, okay. Good thing I checked the bodies, because I would have sworn we would have come across his body otherwise. Alright, get back in. What's the fastest way to get through here? Straight down the middle and turn right. Yeah, enter the Dragonfly, yeah. Just because something is popular doesn't make it good. No, not in terms of sales numbers, but also just see it having... Yeah, but higher selling movies aren't necessarily always reviewed well either. But I see your point, and like... Yeah, a lot of them are. I don't know, I haven't played the game, so I can't say. I think a lot of my excitement will come from... I've kind of done it in the Divinity Original Sin vote, but doing that amount of freedom in an RPG with a modern graphical interface, like in terms of like the actual game looking as good as it does, because a lot of the older RPGs where you could do that, like a lot of them were like MUDs, you know, multi-user dungeons where it's like text-based and stuff. Like there were games that allowed that level of freedom, but it's not quite the same. It'd be cool to see it, but obviously a game is more than just its gameplay. Ah, don't drive into the bloody fucking river, Jesus. See, I think that would kill us. I'm pretty sure that would actually do it. Right, can we get across this bridge? Is that a thing? Yeah, we can, okay. So you got like 3-point turn it, bro. Oh god, okay. Come on, reverse, 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 reverse. Right, straighten her up, straighten her up. Come on, Joe. I believe in you. What was all that training for? Right, turn it left. Use your one-track system, that's it. Now reverse. Now reverse, this way, this way, this way. Now this way. A bit left, a little bit left, a little bit left. Yep, and now straight forward. You hit the barrier. Okay. A little bit left, right this way. There, come on. Yes, 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 that's it, that's it. Turn right. Oh, okay. No, it looks like we cannot go over the bridge. Well, this is clearly intentional. Oh, maybe here. We could totally get over there. Yeah, okay, but we have got some defenses. Well, first things first, we've saved, so let's just test. Can you actually just fall into the river and die? Not really. Can we just drive out of the river? Oh, okay, you can die because we are stuffed. We can't get out of this. Okay, so there's kind of a soft lock, I guess. Would be the way to explain that. And there's actually no ramp out. I'm surprised they have not given you a way out. Wow, they actually just will let you soft lock your game. I admire the bravery. Okay, let's get over... I think we can get over here. Let's get over that. Of course, if devs just copy and do everything like that one studio alike, then I would complain like that if they're all too samey. Oh, so... He literally... What's the argument here? Controversial opinion time. I liked Cyberpunk 2077 since release. That's, yeah. I mean, I admire the, the bravery on saying that. It was a rough release. I like bourbon. I can spend an hour telling a tequila drinker why they're wrong and why the one I like is the best as ever, or I could accept others have their own taste. Oh, we're just talking about the like opinions and everything. It's very similar to Fallout 3. It's made by the people who don't understand D&D, Baldur's Gate, or RPGs, which is I understand. Yeah, a Baldur's Gate complaint I've seen a lot because it's not really a sequel. It's like just it's just like exists in the world, right? Which is strange as they made Divinity Original Sin 2 just before this. And Original Sin 2 did almost everything better than BG3. Oh, interesting. The complaints that I've seen generally are that if they didn't like BG3, it's because they didn't like Divinity Original Sin as well. I have seen some complaints about it not being a good D&D game, but I've generally related to complaints about D&D 5th edition just not being very good either, so it's kind of like just linked to that. looks like I didn't consider that we can't actually get across there. Alright, in that case, we're just going to load the game, and we are going to have to run across. Seems to be the intended way to do this. Of course, if devs just copy and do everything like that one studio I like, then I would complain that they're all too samey. The ultimate definer for a good game should be, are you having fun, in my opinion. Yeah, I would agree with the fun thing. It's a difficult thing, because fun is just is a word that doesn't evoke every emotion that I sometimes get from some games. For example, like Myst, I enjoy as a point-and-click puzzle game, but I don't think I have fun playing Myst. I feel relaxed, I feel challenged, I feel accomplished when I achieve that challenge, and I guess in an all-encompassing sense, that can all be attributed to fun. I think my gripe is always just with the word fun. When I think of fun, I think of something like playing sports with your friends and, like, you know, something funny happens, and that's a fun experience, or like you feel accomplished for winning. Yeah. I know, yeah. I guess I agree with you. It's just I've always just stuck with like a lot of games I play. I won't think immediately like, oh, it's fun. It's like in the end, I would say it was fun. But when I'm playing it, I don't think, oh, I'm having fun at that time. Like, I feel like a mixture of different emotions. What happened then? Did we hit a rocket or a mine? Yeah, I think I'm just confusing myself on the actual definition of what fun is on that one. But no, I would agree. Yeah. Because I just answered my own argument when all the things I thought I was talking about with Myst, they just all equal to it. Yeah, fun. Wait, was that a mine I think I walked into? Or was it a rocket? Oh, it might just be a rocket from these guys. Well, in that case, we ain't saving General Barnaky, are we? Because it said he's held down around here, but he's not, because we can't find him. Oh, he's here. he's literally saying, "Hey, over here." Naming one of these things should be a problem if you have 5 pages of notes. Some mechanics are different, but a lot of them are different for the better. 5e is not a perfect system. Yeah, I think a lot of the complaints I have seen is just that people don't like 5e, which I think is just it's a valid complaint, but it's a complaint with D&D itself. If I recall, there are mines ahead. Yeah, thank you. I found out. Cyberpunk 2077 had about only a tenth of Starfield's team, about 8 years of time, and it still came out better than Starfield. I didn't play it on release, so I can't actually say what the release game was like, other than I've seen the bugs. I don't think anyone complained that it was boring, so that might be valid. I've enjoyed Bethesda games for years, but at this point, their shoddy work isn't an outlier, it's a trend. Not dunking on them, I would prefer if they had more passion. Yeah, AAA in general is just not as creative or passionate as it used to be. It's become a business. I think it's just an inevitability of the size of the industry, as well as the money to be made. It's why it's the indie scene is where all that kind of stuff still exists. How do we get down there? Okay, we need to go over there. Let's go, bro. Let's go, guys. But yeah, on trend, the AAA market's just dead. I don't pop much. I don't think there's many good AAA games coming out, which is why I think Baldur's Gate 3 was such an outlier. Although some would say it's AA. The actual definition of what AAA is never really truly defined. I think it's to do with budget and team size. In which that case, Baldur's Gate 3 is kind of one where it's like, it's AAA. It released as a AAA game, but when it was in development, it was a AA game. And now you've got the whole quadruple A thing that they've been throwing, like Ubisoft have been thrown around to excuse their terrible release recently. How the hell do we? I can't get under the bridge. Oh, is it just Mother who can't get under the bridge? No, we actually just can't get under the bridge. Right, I'm seeing issues with I know what the issue is. This isn't really a 3D map, obviously. It's this, yeah, because this is just a 2D plane. and the game is not seeing it as a 3D, so it doesn't think you can run under the bridge, because... Oh, or am I dumb and we're meant to lie down? Actually, no, I might just be talking up my ass and we just have to lie down. Oh, we just have to lie down. Never mind, we're just too tall. Ignore me. I like how the Deathclaw, the Deathclaw army crawls as well. What's the Deathclaw crouching look like? That's how they actually normally look when they stand. Wait, what's the standing look like? Oh, no, okay. Crouching stand's barely any different for the Deathclaws. But yeah, it is what I said, though, so they have thought about this, but it's not truly a 3D game, because you can see what Stoma and what they're doing right now. And wait, have they just... No way. Did you just climb out of the trench? Oh, it's the ramp there, never mind. No, they did this. They glitched their way out of the trench. Okay, yeah, see what, yeah. They've glitched their way out of the trench somehow. The game's trying with the engine it's working with.
I thought I'd been left. They got the general. Bastards took him alive. They killed everyone else and wired me up with some C4.
Oh shit.
It's a trap.
You should have warned me earlier, you dick.
I know I should have warned you earlier, but...
It's understandable, but...
I don't want to die. Get this freaking rig off me. Do it, Grunts. You guys are expendable. I'm a senior.
Oh, wow. Oh, what a lovely mentality. Well, I'm gonna try it, bro, but I'm gonna tell you straight up, none of us are very good at traps. Actually, one of our best might be a Deathclaw. I'm not sure how happy you are about her working on you. Okay, our best is Farsight. Yeah. Well, sir, your best luck is our sniper. I hope it works out for you. Grass needs to level up. Oh, okay, got a perk. Who are we on? Stitch. Anything to do with healing. Team player, healing stat. You can heal people much faster than the usual country doctor. Reduce your AP cost of first aid and doctor skill. Perfect. And keep on getting into doctor and first aid. A little bit small guns. Science as well, yeah. Might as well be our scientist. Right, Farsight. Actually, okay, everyone. You guys get in the, yeah, you guys hide behind the APC. Jula, you get over, oh. Well, that works out as well, okay, never mind. We tried to save you, but, you didn't tell me it had a timer on it. Oh, he still has the C4 on him. Okay, alright. That's free, let's get under the bridge. Tram and I actually brought that up in a talk we had, that BG3 might be much huger than it normally would have been due to the lack of good games lately. Yeah. I think that's entirely true, that Baldur's Gate 3, it would have been bigger than Divinity Original Sin 2, but I don't think it would have been like one of the best-selling games of the year, had it not been that everyone is just kind of feeling this general, just like, tastelessness from the AAA market. Not in that like they're doing tasteless things, but like the actual market's just so grey and boring, and just nothing is like jumping out as amazing. I think that is what made the Baldur's Gate 3 appeal to people, because they remembered that games could actually be more than generic open world games or generic shooters, etc. If you're a 5e fan, the biggest problem is keeping crayons out in your mouth. That must be the favorite D&D game of the Marines then. Okay, so Barnaky is in the base. I want to save my boy, but I'm not. Oh man, I'm not feeling confident. We're gonna give it a shot. We are gonna give it a shot because I like Barnaky. Farsight, you're on mine duty. Oh, get sneaking if you can. Cannot sneak. Oh dear. What's the point of having 111 sneak if it doesn't even hide you from swimsuit mutants? Okay, it was like here. So you've got to be able to see it now. Come on. Come on. it's not a good sign if she can't see it. Okay. Joe, you heal up the APC. Actually, no, there's no point because we can't get the APC over. Oh, Joe's still down there. Oh, Joe's making her way. Carl's like, you just keep looking for mines, but now I'm worried that it wasn't a mine and it was a rocket from these guys. And if that's the case, yeah, we're just not beating these guys. No, we're not doing it. There's no way. 192 hits, but 6 points. And we haven't got any armor, like any power armor. We can't get the APC over. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yeah. No, we're gonna have to accept it. Barnaky's dead. I don't know how the game expects you to be able to finish the game that early. Oh, shit. I don't know, yeah. Is there a New Game Plus? Because I don't know how we're expected to be able to do that so early. That's hardcore. Nah, everyone get back in the APC. It's not happening. Shame, but there's no way we can survive that assault. Not without sacrificing someone, and I just don't want to. You're not supposed to be there. I know, but Barnaky's there. Are you just not meant to be able to save Barnaky? Because that really sucks. I know the game says you can't, it's like you're not authorized to assault it. But that's Burke just said that Barnaky's been taken. And I want to save him. But, unless, oh, and does it mean he's been taken to another map? Is that the case? Hang on. Brother, I've been left. They got General Barnaky, took him alive. See, that tells me that Barnaky's inside that base. But maybe they took him to another map that we can go to. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. But yeah, you're right in saying you're not meant to go there. It says you're not authorized to assault the enemy base. The chat's having an interesting time right now. If you're a general RPG fan, the biggest problems are going to be the awful writing and how it forces you on a super narrow path for certain kinds of characters, removing almost all role-playing. Yeah, that might hurt replays. I don't know. I've not played the game. I will say, what clips I have seen do tend to be the same scenarios, and I've not seen huge differences narratively in how you... on like choices narratively. Lots of choices gameplay-wise on how you accomplish your goals, but maybe not how the actual narrative develops. But I haven't played the game myself, so I can't really say. Hello, hey, welcome G-Money, welcome to the stream. Well, I won't spoil it, but he is supposed to be taken. Oh, okay. So it is for the next story mission. That's just me reading it wrong then. Let's get out of here. Oh,
welcome back, warrior. The elders have assigned me to be your commanding officer until we have further news of General Barnaky's whereabouts. Your former superior was a fine general. One of the best that I had the honor to serve with. Losing him has been a heavy blow to us all. The Super Mutant Army destroyed a total of 6 full squads of our brothers.
Damn.
This is a large setback for the Brotherhood, since those squads contain some of our finest veteran soldiers. We shall not forget our brothers who fell in the line of duty, nor shall we let these feelings get in the way of our duty. Rest assured that intelligence searches for the General even as we speak. Until we have a lead on where the enemy is keeping him, you will be receiving all mission briefings from me. Go rest, warrior. You deserve it. After you are done recovering and grieving for our comrades, report back for your next mission.
What I know, this game has a similar story to Brotherhood of Steel. In that it's like the super mutants are behind everything, and it's like a new super mutant uprising kind of thing. Something like that. I think it's probably handled better than the way Brotherhood of Steel handled it. Oh, okay. Must have misclicked as soon as I loaded in. We're going back to Bunker Gamma. Mutants. This might be worth the XP, actually. Yeah, let's... Oh, is this our Hummer? Oh, it is, okay. But we're in the APC, right? Who's in the Hummer? Yeah, I think we're all in the APC. Yeah. Get him. This one looks like the Hulk with the purple gear on as well. That has to be intentional. I like this take on the Super Mutants that they all have color variation, because of course they would. Why would they all be just yellow? Or just green? I can't remember in Fallout 1 if they had color variation. Like, well, the talking heads did, didn't they? There was Larry and the... what's his name? The lieutenant, Lou. There was Lou and Larry. Larry was grey, I think, and Lou, I can't remember what colour Lou was. But I do like the different colours, not having them all the same like in Fallout 3. Yeah, okay, it's actually worth fighting the mutants, I think, because it's really good experience. We should have educated as 2 skill points, but I've already got educated. Mutate. Yeah, I just want to change our traits, right? One of your traits has mutated in something else. We got finesse and gifted. I think those are pretty good, actually. Keep those. Toughness, that's a good shout. Well, Action Boy, maybe, actually. Well, in turn-based, I would want Action Boy. Better criticals. I have built myself a luck, so I might as well go better criticals. Yeah, I'm kind of building a sniper build from Fallout 1 and 2. I just don't... like, that's my default kind of build for these games. I just don't think it's actually... was the best shout for this one. Sneak was a mistake. There was no point taking sneak because I think you'd have to build your whole squad around it to make it really valid, or more than just 2 members. Especially, sneak just doesn't seem that strong. Even with Farsight's like a super over-leveled sneak, it wasn't really getting her anywhere. Maybe there's... I'm gonna keep building her into it though. Maybe there's some perks we can get that'll help her out. Most of these are carried over, so I already know what they are. Oh, Heave Ho would have been good, actually, for my guy. Oh, well. Here and now. Hit the extra points might be good, but no. Because awareness and ghost. Oh, okay, so she's already got a trait for... silent running. Oh, you have the ability to move silent. Okay, yeah, that. Now, let's just keep building her into sneak. I want someone who can sneak in and, like, activate buttons and stuff. So let's keep getting her on that. Oh, and outdoorsmen as well. I think these were all melee. Oh no, he still had a machine gun on him. We better get some good script for these M60s. Or, no, the M49 saws on there. M249 saws. That better be worth some good stuff. Can't handle the truth for a cup. You need to easily, objectively evaluate if your game is good or not. Anyone pretending otherwise is simply wrong. That's a hard one, man. I find it very difficult to lay out where a game is objectively good or bad. I think realistically, how people will view a game will always be subjective. You can't change that. There are, of course, objective good and bad things about it. But it's hard to lay that out. I'd say really realistically you'd always have to go down to objective metrics, statistics. And I know that always aligns to popular things being good, and then people hate that obviously because that's not always the case, as we all know. But that's the only statistics we have to work off. You know, you have critic reviews and you have the general population review. And if 99% of people say something's amazing, then it probably is. It might not always be, but probably, because that's the only objective metric you can have, is the statistic itself of review scores, review percentages, sale percentages. It's hard to objectively analyze games without essentially presenting a subjective argument and using sources and smart words to make it sound objective. I feel like that's how a lot of people generally go about it. I don't even try to throw my hat into ever saying anything's objective. I just will say I subjectively like this game. I'm going to lay out why I think it's a good game, and I'll give some sources on what other people have said. generally the reviews I read are actually reviewers who didn't like the game, and I'll almost argue for the game on why they're wrong. That's what I did in the arena video, and I'm doing it in the Diablo video. A bit harder in the Diablo video actually. Most of them are very positive for the game, as they should be. It's a very good game. New interesting locations. This perk, you have a greater chance of finding special places and people. That might be good for my character, but not for Stoma. It's a tough one, man, with game analysis. I just don't try to pretend that a lot of stuff like that can... It's art at the end of the day, and it's hard to make art objective. Because, like, I could say objectively, banana stuck to a wall is bad art. Actually, no, that one I will say is objectively bad art because it wasn't art. It was a publicity stunt. So it was never meant to be art, but it became art then. It's hard, man. Because I would say that's objectively bad art, but then someone might throw in, it's like, oh, but maybe, you know, it changed my perception on life. And if it did to that person, then I guess it was good art to them. It's hard, man. And doing a design course just made me realize, like, objectivity is super hard to pin down. All you can do is write an essay, present both sides of the argument, and say, like, hey, this is my opinion. Here's the sources that say agree. Here's the sources that say disagree. Here's why they're right. Here's why they're wrong. Kiss in the middle. There you go. That's all I learned. It's a hard one. Of course, there are objective good and bad things. Like, objectively, a game would be terrible if it was an entirely black screen with one white pixel and the objective was you just move around and there's nothing else. Objectively bad game. there's of course other objectively bad games, and there are objectively, I guess, good games in that games that actually have systems in them with objectives and challenges to complete that make you feel good. But in actually how you, when a game gets so complex as a modern game is, to pin down if something's objectively good or bad, it's almost impossible. Because I think most, if not all games, will have tons of good features, and then there'll still be that one sticking point in every game. I've never played a game that's perfect. There's always something that could be better, and that's just life. There's never a point where nothing can be done better. Stoma, I just need you to be better at shooting guns, bro. Like, awareness? With awareness, you're giving detailed info. No. Bonus move? No, that's from movement. Bracing. You have learned how to brace large weapons while standing. You receive +2 strength for the purpose of firing large guns from standing position. Yeah, sure. I mean, you're already 10 strength, so maybe that's not that useful. Just need you to be strong. Maybe I just go here and now and I pump up his gun stats. I think I might just do that. Oh, he's only got one trait. He's a bruiser. Okay, now let's change this trait. Mutate. Right. Pick a new... Is this change my trait or pick a new trait? I didn't read that properly. I think it's change a trait. We give him gifted. Oh, I don't want to lose his skills, actually. Finesse. More criticals, that's probably good. Heavy-handed, that's for melee. Bloody mess. Oh, that doesn't actually give additional damage in this game. No, it's just like in the original games. It's just for cool factor. Fast shots. No, you lose AP for that, don't you? Oh, so you don't have the time. Oh no, you get more. Yeah, you can fire more per AP, but you can't aim. He's not aiming anyway. Okay, fast shot. Yeah, lose bruiser. Oh, that did affect his strength. Fuck. Fuck. God damn it. I didn't check that bruiser was what was giving him strength. Might have just ruined him. Not my smartest move. Damn it. Well, he's over encumbered. Let's give some of those to Mother. Objective and opinion are completely different things, outright opposites. Oh yeah, of course they are. Objective is reality. Objective and subjective are opposites. While most people will never understand that, it's true. Of course they're opposites. But it's that not everything can be objective. Objectivity is reality. Not anybody can understand how to use it, and that's okay, but refusing to accept the reality of objectiveness. No, things can be objective, but art can't be. Like, you can't apply good and bad to things that are entirely subjective. That's the way I see it. Like, obviously people see the world differently, and you see the world that things can be objective. I just don't think they can be. Not everything is objective. Certain things can be objective, of course. As I laid out with, you can have bad and good games. But when a game becomes as complex as a modern game is, it's hard to say it's objectively good or bad. You can just say it's objectively got all the factors that should make it good, but you can still have a bad game. On paper, Starfield has a lot of factors that should make it good, but when you've combined them all together, poorly implemented, you can end up with a boring result. And that boringness isn't objective boringness, it's subjective. Being bored by something is a subjective feeling. So it's hard. I never like arguing over like objectivity and subjectivity with art and video games, because it's an endless argument that never has a conclusion, and it ends with both sides thinking, oh, I'm right and I'm right, and you never get anywhere. It's just I find it pointless, man. I just stick to analysing things and I let people make their own opinion. Simple as that. I never try to present my opinion as the right one. I'll just say, this is my opinion. You know, play the game yourself to figure that way. I just present my argument, essentially. Traveling. It's tough, man. I don't even like doing it because it's just it never goes anywhere. At the end of the day, no one ever changes their opinion about this kind of stuff. Like, the arguments never lead anywhere. I've never had an argument with anyone where they thought, oh, I actually see your point of view, you're right. It just never happens. Both always leave thinking, I'm right, he's wrong. So, what's the point? Just the sad reality of it all. Oh. I thought it's 350 the max then. Like I said, with mechanics, it's all about implementation. Well, of course, yes. AAA games are made with checklists, which is why mechanics that should work beautifully together are so hacked together and non-functional. Yeah, that's true. But I was them chasing objectivity. They were chasing, we know these things work. Like, all metrics show, reviews metrics, sale metrics show, these mechanics make games that perform well for business, which is what that's what they're trying to accomplish, of course, because they are businesses trying to make money. And then when they put them together and they realize, oh, we don't know actually how to do that because we are now chasing these metrics that we don't believe in, or we don't know how to make work together, and you end up with a bad game as a result. It's just the state of AAA gaming being a business. That's just the problem. Can't change that, really. You can't remove money out of the whole out of the market. Where's the quartermaster? Here. Right, everyone dump your stuff on me. Mother, you come first. Oh yeah, I've got like 60 grenades, 12 bloody machine guns, a Ripper. Oh, I wish I wish Deathclaw could hold the Ripper. That'd be so cool. The mines, yeah, give me those. Ammunition, you can give to Stitch. 776, you can give to everyone really, but let's give it to Stoma for now. Oh, he's not close enough. Give me all the lead bars. Pro bars, sorry. The Ultra Stim Pack, I don't want that. More energy cells, with that Stoma as well. Stoma, you've got loads of stuff as well. Oh god, you've got loads. It's what happens when games aren't made by gamers, but by lawyers and marketers. Yeah, it's also what happens when the gamers who got into game making have just be, you know, beaten down by the system saying you have to make games this way to, you know, to hit the bottom line to make enough profit. I think games are made by gamers. It's just like gamers don't get to make the games they want to make unless they exist within the indie scene. I need to remember that ammunition has weight, so we probably don't need to dump so much ammunition on. Or Stitch there, he's a bit over encumbered. Because you can't argue against objectivity. Yeah, but that's the thing when people and I'm not calling out anyone specifically, but I find a lot of arguments where people say a game is objectively X, Y, and Z. It's not. They haven't proven it's objectively that in any way. They've just presented a subjective argument, given backup sources to prove it's objective when it's not. Not really. It's kind of just still their subjective source, and then they said, "Oh, now you can't argue against it because I've said it's objective." That's what I find happens a lot, and that's so annoying because I'm like, bro, no, you can't just be like, "Oh, this is objectively this way. Here's my sources to say." It's like, no, you've just given a subjective argument with good sources, yes, but it's still subjective. You can't call it objective. Now put your hands up and be like, "Oh, you can't fight me." If you're capable of making a really solid argument without any holes, you have objectivity. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. Just because your subjective argument can be so good, no one is bothering to combat it because it would take so much effort, doesn't make it true. It's still subjective. I don't think it's the case that it just becomes objective because others can't be asked. Alright. We're not next to the quartermaster. I've done this before. God damn it. The exact same thing I've done before. Right, give all the machine guns to her. And the rocket launchers. Still immobile. Jesus. How weak is my character? There you go. Alright, and walk over here, and then do all that over again. Watching Joseph Anderson's subjectivity is implied video should be mandatory before engaging in video game discourse these days. I can't say I watched enough YouTube videos. I'll check it out. But I generally just don't watch YouTube videos. But welcome, Private Sessions. I'm surprised you're here. I'm just focused on work mostly, other than when I'm streaming this. But yeah, I don't know what Joseph Anderson's argument is in that, but yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, what I said in the past, I'm just going to be reiterating what I've said on my thoughts on it. If you can provide a bullet hole argument, a bulletproof argument, it doesn't prove objectivity. It generally just proves that people cannot be bothered to argue for the other side. Because there's always arguments for the other side. Like that's the whole point of a video essay, or not a video. The whole point of an essay is you present arguments for both sides. Generally, you will find that the arguments for one side are a lot better than the other. I'm sure we've all had the thing where you've picked a side for an argument and you've done the research and you thought, I actually don't agree with my side anymore. Yeah, I'm sure that's all happened to all of us, like in school or university or whatever. And you're like, oh no, now I'm fighting for an argument I don't actually think is maybe the best one. But you still got to do it. You still got to fight for that side. Even though you can also, you can show in the essay to be like, oh, it's very compelling evidence actually. No one has ever said you're allowed to. His argument is basically what you've been saying. Oh, okay, cool, nice. But yeah, I think that's just the that's what I learned in university when in writing essays. It's like it's very hard to pin objectivity on anything. Oh, not on anything. don't take that out of context. But in things that are so subjective, like pieces of art, which that's this whole argument whether gaming is art. But yeah, it's hard to really say if it's objective. You can pin down like a certain thing within a game can be objective, just not the whole product itself. Alright, have we sold everything now? Oh, my 54 grenades. How many do I need? Probably not that many. I never use them. Never use them. Let's keep 10. Hmm. We need to give all these paramedic bags a stitch. I'll probably give it this hunting rifle now. Okay, we got some good money off that. Can we actually get power armor yet? Oh no, we're on metal armor Mark II, I think. Oh, got some power fists now, that's cool. I don't think I can give it to Mother, though. Oh, is the Mark II not here anymore? I swore they were selling... Oh, here. Metal armor Mark II. How much is this? For... Okay, let's say for all 5 members. Damn. Okay, never mind. Let's do 1. No, yeah. Let's keep on sending them over. Right. I want 1 piece of armor. Okay, so they're about, what's that, 5,000 each? More or less. I can get another one. Yeah. Okay, I can't afford another. I can give that to myself. And Stoma, maybe? Yeah, Stoma I think is probably needed the most. And then I could probably get metal armor for everyone else. Let's see. Oh, oh, it's expensive. Alright, let's go with that offer. Thank you. Okay. I can sell back my own level armor as well. That goes to me. Stoma. Come level up. Give that to you. Give me your level armor back. Oh, H&K cores. That needs to go to Stitch. Oh, is the Neostead combat rifle better? I need to just keep them all next to each other. So tiresome getting this inventory management going. Sadly, there are a lot of people who can't bear with the very idea that someone might have a different opinion. Oh, that's what I was talking about earlier, man. That's why I was saying, like, these arguments just are futile, because I've never, in my experience, had 2 people who have not debated, argued, right? They've argued, so they're very inflammatory about their positions. I've never seen anyone ever be like, oh, no, actually, I'm wrong. You're right. I agree with you, and then change their opinion. It never happens. It's just a case of 2 people, you know, they'll never change their opinion on it, and so it's pointless. But I don't even try to. I'll just present my argument and then just accept I'll never be able to change people's minds, you know. I can just present what I think and that's it. Of course. Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to check what it is to comparison. Right. 16 to 25. I've probably done this comparison before. 15 to 25. Oh. Slightly better range on the Neostead. More ammo as well. But they just both use shells. It uses 12 gauge. And this uses 12 gauge. So they're both the same. Oh, it's just burst though. Oh, they're both burst. Okay, this very different. Very... No point having 2 different weapons here. Stick with the Neostead for the slightly... Oh, wait, why is this changed now? 16 to 25, 13 to 22. Was I on a different gun? I must have read something wrong there, sorry. No, okay, yeah, the cause is the better one. I don't know what I just read there. That was weird. Weird, okay. But yeah, okay, the core is better. Right, give me the Neostead. I need to give you these bags. Oh, and also Stitch. I like you, so you can get the metal armor. Don't tell anyone. So, Farsight, you're on leather armor, metal. Mother can't wear armor. Oh, can Mother wear armor? I've not tried. Can you wear this? No. Makes sense. But it'd be really cool if we could get a Deathclaw power armor. Alright. Sell. Oh, that must be more. No. Who else is carrying armor now? Oh, Joe, you still have guns. Oh, God, I looted so much in that last mission. This is the inventory management in this game is so frustrating. Just pull the bloody inventory when I'm selling stuff, please. Takes way too much time, man. It's like, how long have we been on this now? I feel like we've been on 15 minutes just selling stuff. Right. Okay, Joe, give me all your machine guns. 9mm. Oh, you need to read these books as well. Yeah, get on that before I forget. Well, give these to Stitch. Keep the 9mm because you're the only person who uses it. Stitch has loads of shotgun shells, loads of healing items. He's sorted. Stoma, you probably need more 7.62 actually, don't you? So Mother, you give that to him. Oh, and give him the energy cells as well, because you have no use for guns for obvious reasons. I need to distribute out my stim packs as well. God damn, this takes forever. Okay, everyone just stand in a huddle. Get close. Okay, right. Farsight, you need stim packs. Give you 5. Joe, you've got 3, that's fine. Stoma, everyone's fine. Mother, probably don't need that much. Actually, yeah, screw it, she can keep it. I need to keep her alive. She's one of my best damage dealers. Alright, I think we're ready to sell now. Finally. As good as. Okay. And I'm immobile. Oh god, this game, man. I'm gonna have a bloody aneurysm. Oh. Right, give it to... I'll just let Mother sell it. Screw it, I don't have to sell it myself. It doesn't make a difference, I don't think. Right, Mother, just sell the bloody stuff. What's up? Oh, does he talk to us differently based on who talks to him? Talks to Mother, what the hell do you want? And if he talks to me, he says, oh, no, never mind. That's just him. Because obviously the Brotherhood aren't a fan of these Deathclaws being here, but it's a pretty good deal. 3,000. Yep, done. Right, still we get the... There's a... Mother get the... Oh, I didn't hit Arthur. Keep forgetting that as well. Gotta hit Arthur. Not done. Right, Arthur. Cool. And then Mother gets the money. Yep, give that to me. And we're done. Okay, inventory management, done. Hardest part of the game. Jesus. Okay, everyone's leveled up, right? Yep, okay. Cool, next mission, finally. God. Oh, let's actually, seeing we're here, let's go check out the Quartermaster. Just see if there's anyone of interest worth recruiting. I think he's in here. Recruit Master. What's up, bro? Oh, is that how you level up your rank? Oh, wait, so do I just have to talk to this guy with each character to get their rank to go up? Because I just hear like a level up sound when that happened. No, never mind. Did nothing. Not that I want to replace anyone, I just want to see what the kind of the gamut is. Because Joe, for example, no, I need someone to have guns at all times, really. I just want someone who be good at traps. Why are you hurt on melee weapons? Not entirely sure why he's minus on these. Doesn't say he has anything going on. Status. No idea. Anyway, getting distracted. Alice. No. I'm kind of happy with my team. I think maybe we only use the Recruit Master now if someone dies. It's going to be sad, but I think realistically with these games you have to accept people are going to die. I don't want to I don't want to save scum my way through them. Some water. Oh, okay, yeah, this looks like a pretty serious meeting going on. Who's this? Hillary Eastwood. Hello? Who are you? Can't talk to her. My daughter is doing fine, thank you. Oh. Oh, right, yes, you're you're the mother from that town. Why are you here? Oh, okay. Nice, we got a choice. I don't know the whole geography of this area, so I don't know which is closer. Let's go Jefferson.
We have suffered another setback, brother. Most of our intelligence operatives were killed in the surprise ambush last night. I can scarcely believe it myself, but we now have to accept the possibility that the super mutants are familiar with our covert methods. What is left of our intelligence ops has discovered the location of one of the super mutants' staging areas. The mutants have a semi-permanent military base in the rubble-strewn city of Jefferson. Additional reports describe multiple generators are supplying power directly to one large structure. Our scribes believe that this structure is a weapons manufacturing plant. You have two objectives to complete here, Warrior. The first is to render all of these power generators permanently inoperative. Without power, their factory is useless. Your second objective is to force the mutants into a rout. If we can get them running, they'll lead us to either their main base or to General Barnaky. Gather your squad and leave immediately. Dismissed.
Okay. Can I look at the other one as well? Oh, I
At
can.
ease,
Cool.
brother. Scouts have followed one of the fleeing mutant groups to Kansas City. As we suspected, we have discovered another mutant base. But an assault on this compound will have to wait, for our scouts have made quite a discovery. One of our scouts stumbled upon the ghoul town of Gravestone. What little is known about the town suggests that it was a major nuclear launch site before the war. The peaceful ghoul population which resides there
We're gonna
are
fuck over that
suspected to
population
be
so hard, I
directly
guess.
descended from the original Silo staff. They are seeking our help due to super mutant attacks. These attacks mean the super mutants are after something the ghouls have. This leads us to believe that something might be an intact nuclear bomb. I shudder to think what the super mutants would do with such a destructive device. You will go to Gravestone and talk to the ghoul bishop. Assure him that we will defend him and his town in exchange for the very bomb coveted by the mutants. An attack is imminent, and it will take some time to get enough squads to fully safeguard the town. Your squad must hold off the mutants until Smear and Shadow squads arrive. Protect the ghouls of Gravestone, and don't let the bishop die. His knowledge of the nuke will be all we have. We will send Repo Squad to collect the nuke when the bishop consents. The quartermaster will supply you with some Rad-X and Rad-Away. We advise you to monitor your radiation levels at regular intervals.
Oh, that's gonna be an interesting one. Yeah, because it's obviously gonna be radioactive there if they're all ghouls. Okay, cool. I imagine we're gonna end up screwing over this ghoul population somehow. It's the Brotherhood way. In our blood. Right, let's roll, everyone. I think we're gonna do Jefferson first out of those two. Kansas City seems to be a bit of a difficult one, especially with the radiation. Also, did he just give us the? They'll give us the radiation drugs when we get there, I think. I believe that turned out to be a myth. Oh, the ghoul bishop. You get to meet the cult now. Hopefully. I'm wondering, yeah, as soon as I heard the nuke silo and there's ghouls there, I was thinking, like, are they going to be worshipping the nuke? Because the more I play these older, especially tactics, the more I'm seeing, like, the influence on Fallout 3. As much as they said Fallout, it's not canon, they've clearly taken some influence. Am I missing someone? Only 5 of us. It was Farside. Oh. Oh, we're talking about the Gandhi thing? Yeah, yeah, I'm not, I think possibly that was a myth. The passivity being 0, and it reset over, loop back to 10. I can't remember, it was something like, yeah, I've heard that story, but I'm not sure if it was ever true. Yeah, Bethesda stole shockingly a lot from tactics, they really did, yeah. I mean, primarily the actual musician as well. Just hired him verbatim. Okay. Hummer. Okay, so like a random encounter. Jefferson. That's Kansas City. Or is the Hummer for the Kansas City mission? Nope, Kansas City's over there. Let's go check out this Hummer. Oh, no, this is our Hummer, because we left it there. Oh, right. Oh, well, let's, Farsight Drive. Let's bring that back to base. Oh, dear. Oh, you can't control them both at the same time? Yeah, so I can control that. Oh, no, you can't. They're just stuck on each other. Right, I don't necessarily need the Hummer anymore. I don't think it's... Compared to the APC, it's not the one. I don't think it's stuck on as many things, though. But I think I'm just going to leave it at base. Oh, why are you still stuck on this rock? Oh, it's a tree. Okay. Alright, let's go. Apparently that particular explanation of the behavior was debunked. Yeah, though I can't find an actual explanation. It's always annoying when stuff like that happens, when someone debunks something but never explains themselves. Happens a lot in, like, I've got in Diablo actually in some of the developer interviews. David Brevik said that the game at one point was meant to use claymation graphics, but it appears that was wrong because the lead artist was also a co-creator on Diablo. Eric Schaefer said that no, it was never going to use claymation, but that it was going to use like physical models in some way. But it's never like, other developers have also mentioned the claymation. So Schaefer being the lead artist and the one behind that decision has more sway, but multiple developers have said it was going to use claymation, so like, who's right? He straight up said like, oh no, that's a myth, it was never going to use claymation. But I'm like, bro, this, like, I've got 3 different interviews from 3 different developers saying it was going to use claymation. Like, which one is it? Including David Brevik, who was the lead. I think I have a theory in the video on what we can't avoid this one. Or what actually happened was he explained. Oh, it's a death claw. Is it friendly? The mutants have death claws. That's pretty cool, actually. And it's blue. I was saying about the claymation. Yeah, so I think my theory on what happened was, because this is what Schaefer explained in his interview, was that he used Rampage. I think it's called Rampage, or Primal Rage. No, it might be Primal Rage. It's a fighting game that uses claymation, essentially. He used that as an example to the team of what he had an idea of using physical 3D models, like physical plastic, like action figures, and taking photographs of those to build the character models around. And I think what maybe happened was like a lost in translation kind of thing, is they saw him saying, oh, we're going to make it like this fighting game with claymation, and they thought we're going to use claymation. That's a theory. You know, they've never actually confirmed that, but seeing as we've got 3 developers saying it used claymation, and the lead artist saying, no, it's never going to use claymation, that's the best I can wiggle out of what actually happened there. Was it? They just got a bit confused when he came to them and said, yeah, I want to do something like this game. Possible the claymation thing was just an idea that never went anything. Yeah, but it's the thing that Eric Schaefer said it was never going to use it. But no, you're right in saying it could have been an idea. Yeah, like maybe it was an idea and it was never implemented. But Brevik incorrectly said that was the original plan. But the original plan was instead to use like action figures essentially. But it's proved unfeasible. Schaefer never said why they wanted to do that, but seeing as they didn't have any good 3D modelers at the time, I think maybe the idea was to use photographs to get around the fact they didn't have a 3D modeler. But they just hired someone in the end. They just hired an artist in the end, and then they had models. They had 3D models, and they used same way as Donkey Kong Country, and like how Daggerfall does with some sprites as well. They just took the 3D models, rendered them on all the angles they needed, and then used that for the in-game 2D sprites. Yeah, exactly Omega, like that. Like, shows Team Claymation, we'll do something like that. So they thought, oh, we'll do Claymation, but that's not what he actually intended. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Oh boy. Maybe switch to burst. Burst, burst, burst. Yep, keep your shotgun. Burst. Oh, okay, we need to get to this guy. Throwing grenades. Oh, are they working with humans? Wait, who's that guy? Beast Lord. Oh, the mutants and Beast Lords work together. Interesting. So that's why they've got death laws. That makes sense. I wonder if that's ever explained. These ones look like Nightkin as well, with the purple skin. And we're not finding like very strong mutants. Take the hunting rifle. Best to keep your guns at burst while you travel. Yeah, definitely, because it just drops you into a battle like that. I might start dropping Mother off as well, so she can get into the battle. It's just like kind of sitting inside, not doing anything. How did we kill this guy? Oh, maybe they were they infighting, or maybe they're not friendly to each other. Because I just realized the Beast Lord here is dead, and there's no way we killed this guy unless it was like stray sniper bullet or something. One thing I liked about video games is that the community for it is so varied and interested in its history and the development. Yeah, definitely. There's every gamut of opinion. For sure. It's the good thing about video games is that people are passionate about them. It's just it's a shame that sometimes that passion may not be with the developers. Or no, my view on that is that the developers are passionate, but eventually the passion gets beaten out of them.
Our intelligence operatives were killed in the surprise ambush.
The corporate world.
I'm
sure we've all had experiences of that.
We now have to accept the possibility that the super mutants are familiar with our covert methods. What is left of our intelligence ops has discovered the location of one of the super mutant staging areas. The mutants have a semi-permanent military base in the rubble-strewn city of Jefferson. Additional reports describe multiple generators are supplying power directly to one large structure.
343.
Our scribes believe that this structure
yeah, well,
is a
343 will pop together to carry on a.
You have two objectives to complete here, Warrior.
Brand that I don't think
render all of these power generators permanently inoperative. Without power,
they wanted to
their
do
factory
with
is useless. Your second objective is to force the
Halo
mutants into
4
a rout.
onwards.
If we can get them running, they'll lead us to either their main base or to General Barnaky. Gather your squad and leave immediately. Dismissed.
Yeah, 343 are exactly like the business mind of like, how do we make Halo as big as COD? And that's the worst mindset to have for Halo. And that's how you have just, every Halo game since 3 kind of not being much loved by the original fan base. So, yeah, okay, yeah, there definitely are some developers who, they were maybe passionate about making lots of money. Just not passionate about the right thing. Okay, so we can use this. Why is you not giving us our APC? I understand it's for balance reasons, but it's a bit bullshit. I brought it all this way for a reason. Okay, so we've got a scouter, which is obviously a scout vehicle. Joe, just for fun, I want to get you the scouter and just kind of like just drift around, see what we can do. She might die actually, so let's save. But yeah, let's actually scout out. Scout in. The weird thing is recalling playing Space Invaders in the arcade and Combat on the Atari as a kid and then seeing what it's become today. I don't have memories that far old, but yeah, gaming's come a long way. Like I think my first game was probably Spyro actually, but I have memories of playing a Super Nintendo that my uncle had. And like the jump from the Super Nintendo to my first console when I was a bit older, like the PS2, that blew my mind. Because most of the games I were playing was like Mortal Kombat and Super Mario Bros. And then to suddenly jump into a PlayStation 2 where I had like Grand Theft Auto 3. Like that, not Grand Theft Auto 3. Yeah, no, it was Grand Theft Auto 3 and Gran Turismo 3. There's night and day difference between those. Joe, anything to do with driving? Driving. Quick recovery. It's likely to be knocked down. I mean, that's just generally quite good, actually. Stuntman. You learned about... Oh, I thought I might have something to do. Oh, yeah, you also get a 10% bonus to your piloting skill. It's not amazing, but think it's the only driving one we have so far. But alright. Okay. You crawl like a baby, a very fast baby. Oh, this might be good for sneaking characters. Okay, stuntman then. Cool, and then more piloting. Right. Where are we scouting? First power generator is located here, so we need to scout out how hard it is. Echo Boy surveillance indicates several scattered metal objects in this area. That sounds like mines. Scouts report this area as a storage facility for the factory, expected to be well defended. This is the entrance to the subterranean passage. There's only no method of entering the factory. Okay. So the generators are inside. This is a factory here that the mutants have converted into a base of operations. Proceed to the extraction point here. Oh, so we have to take out the base as well. It's a pretty long mission from the looks of it. Right. Let's go, Joe. Oh, let's save again. You might die, but that's a sacrifice we're willing to make. It's not actually, I probably will load. Brum brum. Don't crash. Oh, drift, 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 drift. Ah, lost speed. Okay, mutants. They're not shooting, so maybe they're melee only, or are we just too fast for them? We might just be too fast for them. Okay, well, we didn't find any mines where it said there might be some. Oh dear. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. No, keep driving. Ah, okay, blockade, blockade, blockade. Turn, turn, turn. I need to get her back to safety before I stop playing. Oh no. Oh, okay, you can blow up the barriers. Joe, get out of there. Stop. Oh, she's stuck. She's stuck. Ah, Joe. Joe. Not like that. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out next time, but good to know the barriers can be blown up. Right. Okay, stop. Okay, we'll do that next time. This one. Clear the gens. Okay. Cool. I think that's all I have time for today. But that was a good stream. We got some passionate debates going on. That's for sure. I hope no one took it anything too personal or got hurt or anything. You know, we're all here to have a good time. That's why that's the wrong one screen. This one. That's why, you know, I put my position on arguments. I just it gets heated, and I feel like there's no point. I'd rather keep it to like a debate where it's like it's less combative, let's say. But a German Schwimmwagen. It does look like a Volkswagen, yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right on that. That's scouting. It was. The next time we'll try and do the same thing, but I want to try and like drift around those trees by the barriers and come back. But that'll be a good scouting mission. But it looks like it's just a ton of super mutants, and it's gonna be a very tough time. That's I'm surprised how fast we've suddenly got into like machine gun fights, but it is what it is. We'll roll with the punches. Okay. Thank you everyone for coming. Hope you all had a good time, if not a combative time. But yeah, I'll see you all next week, hopefully. Yep, cool. All right, see ya. You on next week? Yeah, it should be Tyrannium. Yeah, it should be. Nothing up that should stop that unless I get ill. But I was ill like 3 weeks ago, so should be good. Hopefully the immune system keeps going. See you later. Yep. See